is much I am happy to forget. And people I wish to remember forever. How cruel that with time, all memory fades. Let us begin.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen! Welcome to 2023! So good to be back for this 50th live stream with the Oddities. I forgot our name for a second.
Sheesh.
Is 50?
It's 50.
I am woefully wrong on my notes. I have 52.
It's all good.
2 extra episodes in there. Oh my god.
There you go. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. Hopefully everyone out there had a great new year and a great holiday. But this is what I was looking forward to the most.
Same.
So,
Relatable.
without further ado, we're going to kick it off by introducing all the players at the table today, starting with Nagheim. And Albert.
Albert.
Oh my god, the Grinch really did steal Christmas. But thank God his heart grew so big. I'm Zanzan, and I play Nagheim, the Drow Wizard.
I will say that just before this, Ari was contemplating letting her 15-year-old nephew watch our show, but she questioned some of the content.
And the worst thing is,
I don't
I
see what's
just
wrong.
thought of that
Yeah.
right now, forgetting. Hi.
You have the answer right here, Annie.
Yeah. No regrets, no regrets. Up from there, Viria.
Hi, I put the hot in psychotic. I'm Marie and I play Viria.
And down from there, we have Cult.
Oh, it's me, Chuck. I play Cult, the half-orc rogue. I don't make up introductions because... Oh, you know what? I should make up introductions. I should start writing those down. Go on.
Don't tell me what to do. I mean, yes, mommy. So, last but not least, returning from whence she left us. Well, were you sick? I forget.
No,
You just had
vacation,
plans.
Family stuff.
Right.
No.
We got her back. Doesn't matter. Rose.
Because she actually has a life, unlike us.
Yeah.
I kind of do.
I, for one, don't deny it. I don't deny it. But Rose, say hello.
It's
Hi, I've recently been spotted on the side of our milk carton. I'm Fred!
And I gotta say, I know I mentioned it before the show, but I am extra jealous of Fred's light setup right now. That just looks flippin' gorgeous.
It goes like
Looks
this,
pretty gay.
like me.
Yes, exactly.
like a wind dancer.
That's amazing. I like this because, like, if you look, our color palettes are almost alike. It's almost
oh my
like we're
God.
trying to
You know what?
twinsy.
You know what I got to do? I got to go
Yeah.
fuchsia in my box.
There you go. Yes, so
I was
it
like,
crosses.
what is she gonna say? Making that.
I got to go fuchsia in my box.
Oh.
There's more of that
It's-
content for your nephew.
It's gonna be a Randy year.
Here's hoping. So, with that, who's gonna read the recap from last time?
I can do it. It's pretty long,
Go for it.
and I'm the best reader here anyway. So
You know the best words.
That's why they pay you the big bucks.
all right. So before the oddities are able to question the strange figure who just revealed themselves to the party, Rose suddenly attacks Colt, striking him down. As Viri and Nagheim attempt to subdue the now feral Rose, the stranger revives her and Colt both, removing the poison that had been infecting the party. The stranger, whom the party dubs Schrodinger, then explains how Beaverbrook had become a sort of interdimensional portal as a result of Barnabas Stone's selfish accidents. And that Nagheim had broken the cycle by dispelling the magic, tethering Beaverbrook to other worlds. Schrodinger also reveals Rose isn't who she says she is and forces her to revert to Waylon Brex's form. Pretty sus, Rose. Brexus then
Sussy baka.
escapes after asking the Oddities how long they think he's been at their side as Rose. I'm gonna take back that statement that I know how to read. Colt, Nagheim, and Viria pursue him, ending back in Beaverbrook. Confused, they first attempt to locate Marion and find her at the Morning Wood Tavern. They try to coax the terrified young tiefling out of her hiding spot and are finally able to bring her into the cart as she falls unconscious. The party then decides to leave Beaverbrook and recover some of their strength on the road back to Stillben so they can try to find Rose. Nagheim tries to scry on her and sees a captive and injured Rose held in an unknown location. A few hours later, the Oddities pass an abandoned camp, which they recognize as the camp belonging to the followers of Dionysus they passed on their way to Beaverbrook. They investigate and eventually find Rose, as Nagheim had seen her when they scryed on her. They bring the unconscious elf back to their cart and search the camp, finding burned scraps of parchment depicting diagrams and weapons, reminiscent of the vestiges of divergence in the fire pit. The Oddities leave the camp and return to Stillben, entrusting Marion to Devine back at the Gold Leaf Inn. They ponder their next course of action and decide to stay at the inn for the time being to allow for Rose to recover and to contact the Silverweed to book passage to Marquette. They come to an agreement with Captain Amorusco and depart 2 days later, now with many more questions about Rose than they had before.
I feel like I'm being
don't know
left
why
out
you
without the
have
pet action there.
Is that the monster manual?
This is Explorer's Guide to Wildmount. For no particular reason.
Hey, Wizards of the Coast, we're not sponsored yet.
Yeah, wink.
Where's my dog?
And so. And so. Change this. Rose. Your eyes open to see the dirt beneath your knees. Oh no, I'm not gonna. No, please don't.
Sorry, I'm
It's
in a good
okay.
mood.
It's okay. I gotta set a mood here. All right. The crick in your neck tells you that you've been in this position for some time now. As you move to stand up, you feel a sharp pain in your shoulders that reverberates down to your hands and around your wrists. You try and turn to look with some effort, but your hands are bound behind you, with your arms raised high enough to almost dislocate your shoulders. You let out a grunt of pain and hear your own muffled voice reply. Taking a quick breath in, you feel the air restricted by whatever binding is in your mouth. Even trying to adjust your sitting position, you hear the rattling of chains and feel the pinprick sensation around your ankles, where a pair of shackles have you locked in place. Looking around in desperation for anything that can help you in whatever situation you have found yourself in, you see a familiar sight in front of you. Numerous members of Dionysus' followers stand with their backs to you, all looking towards the bonfire in the center of this wide encampment. Everyone seems to be waiting for something. The joy and levity that you've experienced wherever the followers could be found is now gone. All that remains is quiet anticipation. And then you hear soft footfalls from somewhere behind you.
I hope you can understand why I had you bound. Why do I feel the need to apologize? After what you... Let me start again. we've tried having this conversation many times before already. And the last time ended with your dagger in my heart. I blamed you. For a long time, I blamed you. For your lack of understanding, that it was ignorance that made you do what you did to me. But as time moved on, I began to wonder if I was at fault. Understand, I don't believe anything that I may have said justified murdering me. But I'm willing to accept some fault if I wasn't clear about our goals. Of what my visions meant. So I am willing, if you are, to try one last time to have an understanding between us. But I need to know if you're willing to listen.
Rose, her eyes will kind of like have a little emotional journey. So first it's gonna be surprise, and then it's gonna be like anger, and now it's gonna be like eyebrows furrowed, and she's not gonna say anything.
Well, I kind of need to know if Eri would pick up on an affirmative or no.
Silence is a negative.
Then close your eyes to me. Just as you always have.
And she will walk away from you. You can see movement among the crowd. A parting of the followers and the glint of fire-red hair. One by one, the followers of Dionysus bend the knee. And finally, standing in the center of the camp, staring into the heart of the bonfire's flames, her green silken dress dancing upon the winter winds. She stops for a moment and looks towards you, Rose. She continues to walk slowly through the path between her followers till she is sure you are able to see and hear her. Finally, Eri Dionysus turns to address her followers.
I know that some of you have thought it could have been some sort of madness. That something had poisoned my mind in the cave I discovered. But I swear to you, just as any cleric or paladin has sworn that they have spoken words with whatever deity they swear allegiance to, one spoke to me. A fallen angel cast out of favor. Chained and bound beneath the earth and stone so that those they came to love would trample overhead. They would hear us waste away as playthings for the gods. Listen as we were taught to slander and ridicule them in our histories as an imprisoned abomination. A chained oblivion. But it is not our oblivion the tomes and scribes speak of, but that of the Pantheon. Should the angel be free to speak their words, it would mean oblivion for the falsehood of the gods. Angel of Irons is not a title, it is a mockery. To make this knowledge known once again, and for all of us on Exandria to finally be possible once more, that is our intent. That is our will. And our will be done.
Eri turns back, smiling at her followers gathered all around her, stretching out hand to one after another.
And because of all of you, the trust and belief that you have given to me and this cause, we are going to be a part of the Grand Reset. Feeble words that come from my mouth, I can't properly express just how much all of you mean to me in this moment. That you would entrust me to be the vessel to carry your legacy your dedication towards our new tomorrow. I am humbled and honored to have you be a part of me, and I you. And when we are all one in the ether, when the vision of a new paradise that I've been shown has finally become our reality, you will feel the overwhelming joy that I've been wanting to share with all of you for so long. I cannot wait to show you this power. It will change
Everything.
As Eri raises her arms up to the night sky, you see the soft white skin of her legs begin to spider with black ichor that seems to crawl up from the ground beneath her. Your head begins to thrum with a quickening heartbeat. The ichor slithers its way underneath her clothes, up her arms, along either side of her face, pooling in her eyes until all that beautiful green has faded to black. The light of the crackling bonfire in the center begins to flare, shooting sparks high above, creating a burning canopy against the stars. A crack fills the air as chains rise up from the earth, being pulled taut around the perimeter of the camp, lines crisscrossing just above the ground from one end to the other. The followers of Dionysus stand within different sections of the pattern surrounding them, and at the center stands this new visage of Eri Dionysus. Slowly, every single follower begins to raise their hands towards the sky as the fire's embers drift out like fireflies above them, its light reflected in the metal of the daggers that each of them hold in their hands. The heartbeat between your ears is pulsating so loudly, so much pressure behind your eyes, the world seems to turn red, and in an instant, they all plunge their daggers down into their chest. Like the ghastly finale of a marionette show, the entire camp falls to the ground, save for one. Slowly, Eri lowers her blackened hands to the ground. As your mind races to comprehend what happened, the black ichor begins to bubble and flow from each of the lifeless bodies scattered around the ground. It seeps out of one member to combine with the flood from another. And slowly, this oil slick of death begins to be drawn to the center, towards Eri Dionysus. It coats the bottom of her feet. It crawls up her legs. It envelops her body whole, waiting until every last drop from the dead has consumed her body. The world falls silent in anticipation to see what the terrible outcome of this grisly affair is to be. This new blackened form that stands before the fire takes a slow, heavy step towards you, Rose. And then another. Like a newborn entity into the world, learning how to walk for the first time, gaining its confidence, gaining its self. The black ichor seems to sink deeper beneath the skin, once again revealing the soft pale skin, the flowing red hair. But the eyes are still a blackened void.
I know you don't
That you won't understand.
But please, remember that I tried. I wholeheartedly tried. I wanted you beside me for all that's to come. I wanted to show you the paradise I am to create for you, for all of us.
She stands silently by you. You cannot talk. She stands silently by your side for a moment and gently runs her finger along just behind your ear, as she was fond of doing in the quiet of night to ease you to sleep.
Know that I forgive you. I still love you.
I know.
And I will find you in the new world.
Harry walks behind your sight and out into the night.
You are weak.
No, I'm not. Fuck you.
No, not you, Ari.
No, you're talking to me. Fuck you. Love you.
Ari's not weak. The fuck? Look at her. She's swole.
No, Ari, not Ari.
We're pulling your leg, friend.
Woo!
Now then.
I knew it.
Yeah, we're joking because two of us are in panic mode because we were talking about this exact same type of situation.
But we're not done.
Yeah.
No, we certainly aren't.
For most of the first evening, you struggle against the iron shackles that are keeping you bound to this camp. You rage and rage, flexing against the unbreakable metals that bind you at your wrists and ankles. I'll get you to make a strength check, please.
Ooh, I can do that.
And
I can do that.
if you want to rage, I'll give you advantage.
Question. All my cream conditions are from before.
Yeah, if you want to give yourself a long rest and then start, we'll do it that way.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
You keep dying. Like it's been 10 times over. You're dead.
Like, it's not you, but you keep the conditions. Please hold. Dun, 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 dun. Long rest. Okay, cool.
And double check your conditions just to make sure there's no exhaustion or anything. Okay, good. All right. So was that your strength check?
Yes.
Okay. So you struggle against the binds of your wrists and your ankles to no avail. And your brain is just a hurricane, a flood of confusion and disbelief. You're trying to focus on the task at hand, if only to block out all the sounds and the noise that's in your head after witnessing what just happened. And now, you do gain 1 level of exhaustion.
Perma exhaustion roll.
Yeah.
Nagheim can talk you through it.
Day 2. As the night cycles back to day, even in the winter months, the sun is high in the sky. On a cloudless afternoon, you find it unbearably warm. You feel the skin on your arms, between your shoulder blades, the back of your neck, and all along your scalp begin to sting. The sweat that rolls into your eyes and off the tip of your nose is a small reminder throughout the rest of the day how thirsty you have become. Your stomach growls in agreement. I'll get you to make a wisdom check.
So wise. Another 8.
I'm seeing a
What
trend
the
here.
fuck, dude? Oh
What
my
is going
god.
on? Wait, if I roll something else, am I gonna get another 8?
Well, let's
Is
not jinx
there
it
a
here.
Bug?
Okay.
Okay.
Lucky
to break
13.
Sorry.
You
Continue.
try to stay positive. You try to be defiant of this situation. Constantly trying to reaffirm that your friends, they'll find you. They're coming. Just hang on. And you gain another level of exhaustion.
Party rock is in the house tonight. You know, this is
Mhm.
Rose right now.
Oh yeah. On the third day, a wind has picked up and blown through the camp. You hear the cries of some birds of prey whose shadows you can see circling above you when you try to crick your neck towards the sky. The thirst and hunger must be affecting you more than you realize, because you could swear that all the bodies of the followers of Dionysus are being blown away like dust with every rush of the wind that passes through. I'll get you to make another desperate strength check at disadvantage. Now, here's where I get to paraphrase one of my favorite lines in all of Dungeons and Dragons. Is Rose weaker at the elbow or the shoulder?
I don't understand the question.
Is this stronger than this for Rose?
Like, I understand the question, but Fred also doesn't understand the question.
Okay, what part of you understands?
Like,
Or what part do you understand?
the difference between elbow and shoulder, but not how a shoulder and an elbow can be, how they can be stronger.
Okay. Do you feel it's more supportive in the shoulder or your elbow? Is that a better word?
The shoulder?
Okay. You hear a snap in your elbow.
Okay.
And you gain another level of exhaustion.
Well, fuck you too.
And the thoughts that keep invading your mind are, what if they don't know where you are? What if they don't realize? What if they don't care?
Party Rock is in the house tonight.
Day 4. What wakes you from another terrible night of slumber is not the burning heat of the sun that has caused your skin to blister. And it's not your tongue thick in your mouth, making it harder for you to breathe. But the irritating scratching and biting at the bottom of your feet from some creature behind you. The birds of prey have gotten brave this day. You rage and scream out with what little energy you can muster to try and scare them off, but it's only momentarily. The day and night is an endless struggle to keep the predators at bay. I'll get you to make a constitution check, please.
Oh my god.
In the effort to keep them away from you, to show dominance, it took every last bit of your strength, and you lose consciousness. One more point of exhaustion.
No more party rocking.
Day 5. Much like when you endured the pain of the tattoos along your skin, on this day, you have become numb to the bites, the pieces of flesh that the surrounding creatures have consumed off your body. You no longer feel the ache or stiffness in your joints. Your body now sags awkwardly to one side, as even the little amount of energy needed to hold yourself upright is too demanding. You can't trust what you see because everything has a haze to it. The dust in the air has dried your eyes, as your body can no longer produce tears. And you are so tired. So awfully, awfully tired. You gain another level of exhaustion. And your final thoughts before you go unconscious. Why didn't they come for me? On the 6th day, your eyes slowly open, trying not to move your body too much in case the lack of pain you are feeling right now is just in your head. You slowly look around to take in the surroundings, and you see you're in a room. That much is certain. You seem to be on your back, and you can feel soft sheets on top of you. There's a thin curtain to your right where you can see a soft glow of lantern light beyond. With the cautious twitch of your fingers and toes, you decide to sit up and take in your surroundings. The moment you move though, you hear a little jingle of a bell and look down towards your foot to see tied around your ankle is a tiny little bell, similar to what you would have attached around Owl's neck from time to time. And as the sound gently echoes in the room, you watch as a hand slowly pushes back the curtain to reveal an individual in a black cloak, seated in front of a desk. With mild curiosity, they look at you from top to bottom. Hello. Are we feeling awake?
Oh, where am I?
You are in my care aboard the Silverweed airship.
The what?
I'm told you've been here before. Are you feeling all right?
I've taken Silverweed, yeah?
Stay there. Don't move. I'll fetch one of your friends. And they get up and slowly leave the room. So, while you have a minute, is there anything you wanted to do?
I'm gonna look at my injuries and just be like, what the fuck? Taking the damage?
You notice that you're still heavily burned. You look very thin. There are multiple scratches and scars all up and down your hands. There are fragments of flesh missing from your fingers. Yeah. Pretty much the remnants of all the things we just described. And you're feeling somewhat lightheaded and very hungry, very thirsty. But both the ideas of consuming those is not making you feel all that well either. Even though you probably should drink some water. And yes, there is a pitcher of water. And as you look for the water, you see there's a silver dish as well, situated right beside it.
What's in the silver dish?
Well, as you go to reach for it, your hand kind of shaking, because even that is a lot. You slowly remove the lid, and you see that there is a sampling of many different ways to make potatoes. There's sliced, there's mashed, there's boiled ones, there's just potato skins with a little bit of like garlic smear inside of it. And just with I'll get you to make a history check, very low DC, because I'm factoring in your bard skills.
Oh, the exhaustion shows.
I'm not that forgiving.
I'm
Woo!
so exhausted.
Yeah, everything is just spinning. Everything is just spinning. You realize it's food and it's been cooked for you, and there's
it
water,
smells good.
and it smells good. That's as far as you get. Now, I will get the other players to roll initiative.
I'm just gonna roll on my practical dice. Oh,
10.
Jason,
Hi.
it hopped out of my rolling tray.
That tracks.
Yes, it does. 15.
Everybody else.
16.
16.
10.
10. First one in the room is Viria.
Oh my god, Rose. Are you okay?
Um,
Over to the bed.
I'm
No,
fine.
no, 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 no. no. And I'll just press my hand onto her gently and healing hands.
Okay.
Even though, you know, can't, because it doesn't do anything.
Ooh, that feels warm.
Oh, is that how it feels?
It's kind of feels like your hand gets cozy, you know, when you do that. Yeah.
And I'll take a chair next to the bed.
It's about that time the cult comes around the corner.
Colt hits like the door jam on the way in. He's just so concerned. Is she all right? And he doesn't know who to look at, Rose or Viria.
She's conscious.
You'll
And
see,
to-
she's
Still looks a
lying
little
back on the
terrible
bed,
though.
and you see a thumbs up rising. Be like, I'm good.
And just to sort of negate the goop up with the door jam, he like takes a stride and then slides to his knees right next to her, and like up against Viria's leg, and he goes, it's just like when someone Tokyo slides into a parking spot.
And you see Cult nudge the table that was holding the pitcher of water, and it just does that.
Wait,
Dexterity save.
Superb. This is what it's all about, people. Well, 14's not so bad.
That does it. You get a little on your hand. That's about it.
Do you want water? Do you need help?
Yeah, water would be nice. I think the pitcher is a bit heavy for me right now. I mean, not normally. Thank you.
And I'll just kind of like lift her head to help her sit up and drink. Wow.
Glop, 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 glop.
And it's about that time Nagheim arrives.
Nagheim would be walking in with freshly cleaned bandages. Just good. I'm glad you're awake.
Hi.
Those wounds still.
Colt moves out of the way to allow Nagheim closer access and watches what Nagheim does closely with the bandages.
Yeah, once Rose finishes, Nagheim will slowly start wrapping some of the wounds very lightly just to help protect with nice clean bandages.
That's a shame. It's gonna really mess up my tattoos you got.
We tried to do our best, and he just like gets a hitch in his throat. He's having a hard time talking.
Colt, that was a joke.
Ah!
I'll just reach out and grab Colt's hand and give it a squeeze.
Ah!
You
So,
are you do you know where you are?
we're on a a ship that's named after drugs?
Is silverweed a drug? I looked to Cole and I'm unsure.
Cole just shrugs.
We're on a flying ship, Rose. The one that we were on before.
We're going to Marquette.
Oh. Okay.
We also managed to save the child. Well, young adult. Miriam.
Do you... Oh, right.
That's what I had a feeling for.
No. You know what that is.
No,
Okay.
she knows. She's just
All right.
kind of confused.
All right.
She just like, wait, what? Like, kind of what?
So, Rose, what if you can, don't press yourself. And he's wetted like a cloth and is like just gently daubing at her forehead. If you feel weak, we don't have to talk about this. What was the last thing you remember doing with us before?
Well, we were. Nagaheim was putting the bubble up, and I went to go get some wood for a fire, and then clunk.
What was that?
We were on our way to help someone. I'm forgetting the name.
Miriam.
Oh.
It was on our first trip to Beaverbrook. On the way there.
Right.
Those fucking cultists.
Can I make an insight check?
Sure. For what?
Does Rose seem to be sincere in her memory?
Go for it.
Sorry, Rose. I've gone through some things recently about trust. Oh, I full on trusted. It's a 9.
Or do you want to use the luck? I mean, I won't lie. You got time.
Yeah. Nah, I'll use luck. Fuck it. Hey, not so bad. 30-20.
Okay. Rose, I'm just going to answer for you, if that's okay, just in this moment. You're getting the feeling like she doesn't have the energy to really pull some bullshit, and she's trying to make sense of everything as much as you guys are. So, yeah.
It's early. Sorry, I had to do it.
It's the truth.
We're so sorry, Rose.
Why are you apologizing?
Well, you were there for days.
We couldn't get to you. We didn't know you were gone. And Cult's gonna start to give a really basic outline of Waylon Brexis was posing as Rose. We think when she was going to gather wood, that's when the switch occurred. And how we got trapped in another sort of dimension. He dumbs it down better than he was telling the village people about the YMCA.
You didn't know, so it's not your fault. I don't blame any of you. Speaking of blame, I think you're gonna be mad a little bit at me.
Why?
So, I think I've told you all a little bit about my ex-wife. And how she was dead.
We did discuss this a few days ago while you were unconscious.
Really?
I mean,
Well, I okay, so here's maybe some parts that I kind of omitted in telling you all, and I hope you'll forgive me and not, giving you all the detail. The reason why I thought she was dead is because I tried to kill her a while ago, and I really thought she was dead, because that's usually what happens when you stab someone in the heart. And I killed, well, I say tried to kill her because she's not dead, and she's the one who kidnapped. And at the time I thought I was doing the right thing to try to kill her, because she was talking about hearing a voice when she went into a cave, and it was something to do with like the chain oblivion. I didn't know at the time, but now that, you know, we've encountered that. But until a few days ago, I thought she was dead, and that was done. You know? So, yeah. So she is alive, and she kidnapped me, and from what I understood, she's convincing some of the cultists to follow her about this whole chain of oblivion want. From what I heard, I understand they want to kind of restore the honor of the Angel of Iron and all of that. And then they talked about the Great Grand Reset. I don't know. I didn't know what it meant, but they all killed each other. And then there was this black goo that came out of the bodies and that flew into her, and she became this kind of like black gooish human. And she didn't really look human anymore for a while. She looked like the mix of a demon. Just black goo and black eyes that didn't look human. And yeah. And then after that, there was nothing. It was just me for a while. And then I was just unconscious.
Before anything else, I'll get anyone who is proficient in it to roll a... You either get history or investigation.
I got both those.
26. History.
Oh, only a 19.
Oh, well, then you don't know anything.
Next to Nagheim.
Yeah. I'll say that as you're listening to this, and Rose mentioning that all the cultists died or killed each other, you don't remember signs of anything like that. No bodies, no blood. The place looked virtually undisturbed. If anything, it was giving way to the elements. But yeah, you guys, you searched the grounds, you searched the tents. You saw nothing.
Rose, I don't know what to tell you, but I mean, there was no bodies when we were there.
Maybe
Viria,
it's the black goo?
I suppose you said your ex-widow, wait, your ex-partner was like soaking them all up and becoming gooey. So, but Viria, I don't know if Viria told you when we were taking that month off, she did some work for Wayland Breakfast and found...
Not Wayland Breakfast.
Oh, not Wayland Breakfast. Colt wouldn't say Wayland Breakfast. That's a Chuck. That's a Chuck mistake. Curiosity. My apologies.
Yes.
How dare you?
I didn't tell you because it didn't seem that important at the time, and I didn't want to upset you, Rose, but I did find one of the followers of Dionysus's campsites, western. And they were all dead. Looked like some kind of ritual killing. But then again, there were corpses there.
Oh.
Do you...
It has to be her then.
Was that... Were there corpses at first where you were?
Were there?
Well, this is me being the stickler for this situation, because when I asked you if you were willing to listen to her or not, and you said no, I'm wondering how much of anything you actually remember. So I'll say from this point on, you're not sure.
I mean, maybe at the beginning with the black goo. I mean, the black goo came from the bodies, but I mean, afterwards, I think I remember
You
some
were
ashes.
unconscious, so could they have come and collected their corpses while you were? Wonder.
They could have. They could have. I don't know.
As uncomfortable as this may be, when you have the energy, I can always try to peer into what you have seen.
Rose just silently nods.
Let me get this straight. You tried to kill your wife because she was trying to bring back some kind of betrayer god?
Well, she was talking about that hearing voices in a cave and sharing that with the followers, and it was wrong because we had always talked about the cult just being a deity-free space.
But why did you think that was wrong? I'm
Because she
asking
was-
because we're a few people here who hear voices. So how is her
Oh
different?
no, it was not. It was not about the voices. She started about talking about sacrifices, and that was
Oh.
scary.
Okay,
That's
to be
why
fair, Nagam and I never tried to sacrifice anyone. So
Wait, do you guys get to talk to your voices? I don't get voices. Why don't I get voices? I want voices.
no, you don't.
Oh.
Kind of, privacy and all that kind of fucks with you.
And
Well, in my opinion.
Yeah, I
well,
suppose I don't want voices in the WC.
I kind of had to fight someone pretending to be a deity for the trade-off. So,
Okay, I'm good without voices. Anyhow, as far as trying to kill someone who's trying to bring back a betrayer god, I mean, it's in
Or
the
talking
name.
about sacrifice, let's say that's.
I mean, I didn't know that it was a betrayer god. All I knew is that she was hearing voices, and the voices were telling her that from what I understood, that she should kill some of the followers, and she wouldn't stop talking about doing that, and she was trying to convince me into doing that, and
Does she seem sincere? Can I do an insight check
Sure.
on that? Because
oh, I thought you meant, does my ex-wife seem sincere about killing
No,
people? I mean,
no.
let me tell you.
yeah, I would like
Was
to keep
there?
on 2 if possible.
18.
I'm convinced.
You see a struggle on Rose's face. You see that often when she's trying to piece together something she doesn't quite understand. But it's also one of those things. Well, fuck you too.
sorry. I have the
I
cats
understand.
on my
I
lap.
do know.
And
Yes.
Yeah.
Basically, Rose is trying to make what few elements she understood during her conversations with Eri fit with the logic of what she did. And for you folks who are trying to find every loophole, every little nook and cranny, you're starting to see holes in the logic of what she's saying Ari was doing and the result. Not many, but just a few where it's like she's trying to fill the gaps a little bit.
Yeah, I'll just take a long look at Rose, but won't say anything further for now.
Well, I mean, I think maybe in Colt looks at Nagheim, maybe we should let Rose rest a little bit.
We most definitely should. I believe I have a message I need to send to someone. If you need anything, Rose, we won't be far.
There's a bell tied to your foot. Just give it a jingle.
Rose will wiggle her toe.
Ding, 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 ding. Colt squeezes her shoulder and slowly backs out of the room.
Yes, try to rest.
Oh. Sorry.
All right. So everybody leaves the sick bay, we'll call it, because I don't know what a term for that would be on a flying ship in fantasy world.
Sick bay works.
Yeah. And I'll say the three of you head above decks just to kind of maybe talk about what has just been revealed.
Oh, okay, that's a heap of things to figure out. I can think of better reasons not to kill your partner, but I mean, if they want to murder people who are following you, yeah, I mean that's pretty good reason. I wasn't expecting that. Secondary, a betrayer god is trying to come back and has almost murdered our friend. We have to figure out what we can find out about this chained oblivion.
My question is, why did they leave her alive?
I think she was not meant to survive.
Yeah,
I think it's
a left
to
for
suffer.
dead situation.
Yeah.
So her wife is out for revenge then.
I don't think her wife is just out for revenge. I think her wife wanted her to suffer.
Well, when
Yeah,
you're
you-
usually out for revenge for someone, you want them to suffer. So, goes together.
A knife in the heart is apparently not as effective as I recalled, but it is a lot more merciful than letting someone starve to death and being predated on by animals.
I do not believe she expected Wayland's disguise to fail.
Yeah, that's another kettle of fish we gotta dig into.
She doesn't seem like she's exactly lying, but then again, Rose hasn't been the most honest with us before.
She really hasn't been lying. She mostly has just been omitting the truth.
Which is a form of lying, let's be real.
It's it's not with any sort of intent or malice. Maybe just
I feel as if she
you don't
just,
really go shouting it.
I feel like she just did not trust us.
Which is understandable.
I would say I wouldn't want to be judged if I was in Rose's position. If I tried to murder Catalina, it
To
didn't
be
really
fair,
feel like telling everybody about it.
out of all people here, I worship and considered to some an evil deity who is literally the goddess of secrets.
Shaw considered evil?
To a lot, yeah, on the eviler side.
Oh,
Yeah.
finding out a bunch of stuff today.
So, it's one of those things that really, who would I be the one to judge? However, I have to send Kiransari a message.
Can you mention that? Well, I'm pretty sure you were going to mention that we are dealing with another mass sacrifice ritual, suicide. Who the fuck knows? But
Yes.
he knows what this entails. I did tell him about the first one. So
Of course.
Yeah, make sure you mention the bodies vanishing in the goo. That feels important.
Yes.
Yeah. So
maybe you
Rose-
could. I'm sorry, Colt. Just
No,
this
it's
one
a
last thing, because I found bodies, but then again, I did leave out afterwards. So maybe he knows something we don't. Because I did tell him to look into it after I was gone. So maybe that'll shed some light on the whole vanishing bodies situation.
I have seen weird enough things that bodies disappearing is not at the top of my list, surprisingly. But I will mention it to him.
Sorry, Colt, you were saying?
What's the voice in your head? Is it considered evil as well?
You mean me?
Yeah, you kind of have like a deity-ish thing going on.
Well, I used to think so, but
Okay.
don't believe that they might be as bad as I thought they were.
Yeah, I mean, it's a rich grey tapestry. The world's not in black and whites.
To be fair,
But I don't know yet.
the goddess of secrets is known as a more evil one because she stays in the dark. She stays hidden. And if you are not able to answer all of the prayers, many people frown upon it. And if you disagree with the prime deities, they view it more in black and white.
Fair
That's kind
enough.
of why I never got worshipping people.
It's
Sorry,
been
no
a big
offense.
day. None
Anyway.
taking. I don't get to talk to my god, so. But you know. I have to. I need some air. I'll be.
Alert on the deck.
I need some more air, and he
Well,
starts
there's the
climbing
crow's
up
nest.
the.
Yeah,
he starts
yeah.
he starts climbing up the rigging, just to decompress all this information a little bit.
I should probably get back to my work since, this whole we agreed to this whole deal. She mumbles as she walks away.
Well, Albert, we're not through it yet. And I'll just kind of walk off to the side a little bit and sit down and bring out my book. And I will cast Sending to Kiransari. Okay. The Angel of Iron is the Chained Oblivion.
I knew it.
Oh, that's a great message, though.
That was not a wise scream for me to have with a big cat on my lap.
Also,
Sorry,
it's only
buddy.
8. Oblivion is one word.
There we go.
Is the chained oblivion?
I thought it was
Yeah, I
is
got
the
8.
chain.
I got 8.
Yeah.
Oh.
The cult of Dionysus has an old leader sacrificing them. Please keep an eye on the cult.
You're good. 25.
Exactly. Nicely done.
I see. I thank you for the information. We will have much to discuss upon your return.
I'll send one more. Oh my god.
Albert.
Wow, there's seagulls in the air. I want to see them. It's been so long since I've seen other birds. Look at that one. It's got speckled feathers. You ever seen a seagull with speckled feathers? Holy shit.
I'm gonna turn this bird into a rat and throw it in my pocket.
No, don't do that. I don't like rats.
Oh my god.
They are sacrificed or through suicide. The bodies may disappear after. It creates a black ooze and powers the one sacrificing them.
What up, homie? There you go. All right. For that one, you don't get a response.
That's fine.
Okay.
Just wanted to give him the information. And I will make my way up to the whoever's at the wheel.
Okay.
Whoever's at the wheel, and just continue offering any directional corrections as needed.
Gotcha.
Just gonna be keeping to my thoughts.
And Viria, what are you busying yourself with?
Whatever work they gave me. Whatever I was doing before, we all rush into Rose's room.
Okay. Do we get a penny for Viria's thoughts?
Not really. Her mind's mostly just trying to like process what Rose said, trying to find, as we said during the insight check, like any holes in her logic or what she says happened, what we witnessed. Since Viria's always had like a bit of a trust issue in general, so she's kind of, she loves her friend, but she's you know, a little sus.
Mm-hmm. And Cult?
Cult's going to spend a little bit of time just staring at the clouds and looking pensive and mysterious. And he kind of feels like he sort of spirals into a bit of a self-pity. Like, why did this, you know, have to happen to his friend Rose? This is affecting their lives, and why can't he just trust somebody? And why can't people just say who they are? You know, like kind of like that adolescent-y, like, why is it always me? You know, until he sort of, his grown-up feelings start to catch up with him, and he realizes, like, okay, you're kind of acting like a child. You kind of have to, this isn't about you. This is about the fact that Rose was replaced and then left to die. This is not about your stupid little feelings about this. And he slowly comes down from the rigging and makes his way to go have a private word with Rose. Makes his way.
Okay. Before you head into the sick bay, Rose, now that you're finally conscious and you're out of danger, we'll say, what's going through Rose's mind?
Rose will feel temporary a little bit lighter for having told her friends everything, but then immediately feel bad. Everything is pretty heavy. And then, not wanting to feel too miserable, she's gonna lift that little potato thing and start eating potatoes until Colt arrives.
Okay. I'll get you to make one more history check. Just...
Roll a 20. Do it. You know
It's gonna
you
be
can.
a 2.
No. This is
As-
some rolling.
Yeah. As you're trying to get the food down, you're realizing that your sensation of taste has greatly diminished. Your tongue feels very thick. And as you're chewing, you're trying your best not to bite on your tongue.
Okay, well, as Rose is chewing, she's gonna start crying. But she's gonna keep eating.
And that's how you
Like,
find
it's gonna
Rose when
be-
you enter the sick bay.
It's gonna be a
cult.
very loud cry.
Oh,
It's COVID.
it's COVID. Rose sort of rushes over and goes, Rose, are you okay? What's wrong? Obviously, lots of things, but what's wrong currently?
I can't taste these potatoes.
Oh no, can you smell them?
Can I?
Smell is based a lot on the sensations of the tongue, so no.
No.
Oh no, it's okay, Sometimes
Is that okay?
if you might have developed a sinus infection, sometimes that can block. Oh, it's okay, and he gingerly, with all of his rogue dexterity, gives her a hug, carefully not touching any of the wounds, but wants it to feel comforting, you know?
I'd say the best option for you there, kind of looking at where you could possibly place your hands and everything, her entire back is just one great big popped sunburn blister. So you...
Sorry, Rose. It's gross.
But here comes Jason with the nice part. And he says that the parts that you can see that aren't too bad are her cheeks. So you just gently put your hands on her cheeks and just touch forehead to forehead.
Oh.
Yeah, suck on that, you dick. I'm sassy today.
You are. You're full of New Year's sass.
Yeah.
Rose, it's. I'm so sorry.
It's
I'm
fine.
s-
Can you help me put these away?
Yes, of course. And, it goes. And he looks around and goes, Is your little spice pack here?
Oh my god, where is my stuff?
We got her stuff. We scavenged some of her stuff from the site.
Yeah.
The cult site. It's over here in cult. Finds the Heward's. No, was it Heward's spice rack?
Well,
And he.
yeah, sure.
I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's the spices he gave her. And he finds it and uncorks the strongest one that there is. And he's like, just try to inhale it. And maybe if you think about it, you'll actually smell it. Do you remember what this smells like? And it's like a peppery one.
I remember it. I just can't smell it.
Well, just inhale it and then think about that smell. You remember it? It's almost like you can smell it, right? Okay. And he takes it back, corks it, puts it away. It's like, maybe time. I just wanted to apologize. I mean, obviously we were trapped in another dimension and we feel responsible for what happened, not realizing you'd been doppelgangered, I guess is one word to say it. But I wanted to apologize personally because I kind of got wrapped up in my own feelings about this. So many people have been not who they said they were, and for a moment I was suspicious of you. And what you've been through, that's just not fair. We really love you, Rose, and I know you probably didn't tell us about your wife because, I mean, you don't really go around bragging about that. I won a fencing tournament when I was in school. That's the kind of thing you talk about, not, I've been telling people for years the scar on my lip was from a wolf attack. Turns out it was actually a wooden sword the one my sister hit me with. You don't really share the parts of yourself you don't want to be seen in the light. And you know, I don't know where I'm going with this. I just know I have a lot of feelings about it, and I'm sorting them out.
I mean, you don't really need to apologize. I mean, I should have told you all sooner, and I wanted to. It just felt a little bit weird to come out and just tell you, oh, by the way, I killed my wife. The person who I've told you is dead and told you so little about. It didn't feel relevant because it felt like it was in the past and felt like I took care of it, you know? And there was always this idea like, oh, what if they feel like I'm too much trouble or I'm a risk and you just leave me with the guards to take care of your friend who turns out to be a murderer, you know? It just felt better that you didn't know.
I understand that. And, I guarantee you not too much trouble. I think old, Tweedle dies twice and Tweedle dies once. We're the trouble. You've saved our rear ends far too many times, as is Viria. I think we have a...
No, but I mean... I feel bad because... I mean, you don't expect your ex to turn out to be into like a... wanting to summon a weird deity thing that's very dangerous. I don't know about your exes, but
I don't really have any.
that doesn't feel very normal.
No, and I mean, in hindsight, it almost is like you tried to save the world. And it just turns out you didn't kill her good enough. It's a weird silver lining, I know, but in a weird situation, you try to find it where you
Failed
can.
at murder.
Yeah, and that's okay too. That's in character. He realized what he just said and just went, "Oh my god." Anyhow,
Yeah.
I love you. You're a
Yeah,
very
me
good
too.
friend. Oh, and he
Thank you for-
touches
Thank you for
foreheads
coming
with her.
back for me.
We could never have left you. We were always gonna find you. I'm just glad we found you. I mean, I would love to have found you way sooner. I would have loved to not even go. And he starts to do his babble thing until Rose just like,
It's okay.
yeah, he starts to stress eat her potatoes.
Someone should eat those, yeah.
No, you should eat them. You got to get your strength back because, I mean, someone's definitely going to try to kill us again. And who's going to stop them? Viria's pretty good, but I think even she needs a... Is it in poor taste to say a hand because of the... Yes, it is. It is. This is like the whole Zen thing all over again. I'm gonna go...
She needs a claw. She needs a hand in the claw.
Do I though?
Does she? Does she?
I gotta go back to work and, Yep. We'll get that sense of smell working for you again. Maybe even... No, I don't know. I don't really know how the whole cleric thing works, but, maybe we'll find something.
Oh, I have a question.
Yeah, of course.
Where's Owl? Is Owl on the ship?
I don't believe we brought Owl. I think Owl is...
We left him in Singorn, I believe.
Yeah, he is at
Okay.
the estate.
Fred knows, but Rose is just like, I want my cat.
Oh, I could bring Albert down. Maybe Naquan would turn them into a black cat for you. Although I'm pretty sure the hair would be like a magnet to your white shirt.
Oh, my shirt. It's all messed up.
No, it's not, because Nagheim prestoed it every chance they got.
My outfit, it's fat. No.
Presto till threadbare.
Someone had to do it.
I'm gonna leave you to rest. Little love. And he just opens his mouth with a smile and nothing's coming, and he just sort of wanders out out past the curtain in his oh so adorable awkward way.
Mhm. All right. And at that point, having had little fragments of food that she hadn't had before, a bit to drink, more voluntarily than involuntarily, Rose lays down and tries to rest as peacefully as she can. And somehow she does, knowing that there's no more secrets between all of them. And we're going to take a break.
Ooh, it's time for
oil.
There it is.
There it is. All right.
Cheers to that.
So, thanks for hanging out, folks. Stick around.
thank you.
We'll be right back. We're going to take a quick 10-15 minute bathroom break. And you get to see the lovely emotes that Nicola Nora has created for all our subscribers as a little preview, and followed up quickly by the art from Chuck Monty. So, we'll see you back here in about 10-15 minutes.
Holy depression.
Good Lord, that was the biggest P of history. Biggest P of
Go piss
2023. Woo!
Go piss girl.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
peed
girl.
so much, my headset stopped working. What?
That's what you get. You gotta aim for the bowl.
Go piss girl. Piss girl.
So,
Go piss girl.
if you've all hung out this far, you have seen the lovely art from Nicola Nora. You have seen the lovely art from Chuck Monty. And we're going to continue with our little adventure here. So, I will say that over the next 2 days, everybody in the company is busying themselves trying to stay true to their word of what the deal was on this airship. There is Amarusuko, the captain, who is giving out orders whenever somebody is kind of lost for what they should be helping out with. Viria being a popular one with that because she gets her chores done fairly quickly and is always in demand for more work. Fuck you back.
You were gonna say I got lost.
She got us lost.
They remember, so
Lost
that's
on
why
gear.
you are not dealing with Harper, who's the quartermaster and actually steering the ship. So every time you come by, she kind of mentions that I think Amarusuko needs to have a word with you for what she wants you to do. And Nagheim is just there trying to help her push you along.
Oh, wait.
Now, Weatherby, the Aarakocra bird, who spends most of their time in the crow's nest of the ship, kind of making sure that there's no dangers about or things to avoid along the way. Cult is generally helping them out for the most part, but Cult is more interested in seeing how many ropes and sails they can swing to and fro from before they fall onto the deck, which has happened. Roll a d4 for me, Cult.
Oh, no! Oh, ta-ta. Alright, get out of here. There we go. Mhm. 4!
4. You have hit the
Oh.
deck 4 times. in
I just
2 days.
realized. I just realized. I'm like, oh, I should.
Yeah.
The first time I like tried to make sure he was fine, but then the other times I just kind of like walk around him, continuing what I
Yeah. And as penance for your friend's foolishness, most of the jobs that Amarusuko is giving you is mopping the deck with all the bloodstains that Cult has left behind.
It's just.
I stopped
It's
doing this.
just like black eyed,
Yeah.
sort of like slight, like a chip in a tooth.
Now, last but not least, with each of the 2 passing days, Rose has gotten a little more mobile, gotten a little more familiar with the surroundings again of the airship, and has befriended once again Remy, the chef for the entire facility here. And hearing, you know, her woes about not having sense of smell or sense of taste right now, Remy keeps her close by enough so that at least she can watch him cook and hopefully some of the aromas kind of kick back. And after a couple of days, Rose is feeling mostly like herself again. You are no longer exhausted of any kind. And you have taken to helping Remy with all the cooking on this ship as you guys go along for the rest of your journey. With that said, on this particular morning when you all wake up, you all head to the top deck to see what your jobs for the day will be. And Captain Amarusuko is there waiting for you all.
All right, so it's been a rough few days. Weather's been nice, travel's been good, but you all look like you've kind of been put through the ringer. So we have a task at hand that I think could be somewhat fun for the rest of you. We need to restock on some of the meat on this ship. So we're gonna lower the ship to a little bit above sea level. And if you look to the rear of the ship there,
You look and you kind of see Harper standing there, a little dwarvish one.
all right, so if you look back there, you can see that we've got some cables kind of attached to the rear of the ship. And we're gonna do some fishing. So, if you follow me,
And she heads out to the back. And you see, attached to the rear of the ship are kind of like mountain climbing cables, where there's a rigging that's attached one, so it's got you kind of hooked into the ship, so even if you slip or fall, you're not going to go tumbling into the sea. So the idea is that you guys can climb off the end of the ship and be close enough to the water that you can have these great big fishing rods to kind of fish with. Now, this is a sort of contest of sorts. So, what you will need are 5d6 dice.
Oh Lord. There we go. I've got 2.
If you don't have as many, we can just re-roll the number afterwards.
Oh, I got.
Amazing. Try and keep them in that dice bag thing.
That's
That's the real challenge.
I'll follow.
Hey, there you go.
Our druid's way of thinking. Jason and I played a private game, and he got to see how many of my dice fly out
Ricochet.
of my dice rolling tray, and like across
Off
the
walls,
room and underneath armoires and shit like that. It was
Chuck was very excited to be rolling real dice again, so
very excited.
enthusiastic.
Excited.
How many
You said
D6
5,
again?
right?
5. Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my goodness gracious! Here, look at all my dice.
Hey!
I have so many.
It's a glorious
I don't
sight.
use any of them.
To think, I only brought 3 sets of dice over with me instead of my like 30.
Good lord. What is happening?
5.
Oh, I like
Oh.
that bowl. That's a pretty one.
Here, I'm gonna use
These feet
the most
Is it-
blue ones.
Oh, that's real cool.
Yeah, get rid of this brown
And
one.
one up the nose. See that? Okay, you have to do at least one dice roll shot from your nose.
I don't know. Are my nostrils big enough?
That rolled off the table.
No, they're not big enough. I don't have those teeny tiny dice.
I am loving that this is the content that we're putting out on the internet. This is the best thing ever.
Hi, Mom. Are you proud of me?
Right? I think the D4 is a better fit.
Oh no, because if that gets stuck, that's gonna hurt like hell. Don't do it. Don't do
Oh,
it.
can you put a D4 in each nostril?
Oh, there you go.
Another D4.
That's a good
Is
luck.
this the content you want, internet?
Everybody's just shoving dice up their nose. I didn't plan for this, but I'm so happy. All right.
Another D4.
Does everybody have their 5d6?
Yes.
I'll let you.
I'll
Yeah, there you
re-roll
go.
2.
All right. So, if you want, here's how it's going to work. You are going to have 3 rounds, okay? Each round, you roll 5d6, and you're going to record your rolls. Now, the total on all the dice is going to relate to a set of rewards here. All right. Some can be, well, for the most part, it'll be an amount of fish that you actually catch that you'll mark down afterwards, and we'll see who has the most fish. Some can be little hidden prizes. Who knows? And there is a grand prize at the end of all this for someone. Now, you can write down like so. I don't know if you can see that.
There's scribbles.
Okay.
No, we can't.
Oh,
I see
okay, like
I see
I
squares.
see squares.
Yeah. So you want to do round 1, round 2, round 3,
Okay.
and just make enough room that you'll record the numbers on your die.
Okay, so we have to record the numbers on each die.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now here's the thing. If you also look at what your wisdom modifier is, however much that is, those are the number of rerolls you can get during this game. So if you look at the die and you think, I only have 2 high numbers, I'll re-roll the other 4, you can do that up to the amount of your wisdom modifier
Per round or total?
total.
Okay.
All right.
So cool.
Now, here's the other little caveat, and I will remind you as we go along, so don't worry about it. But there are special multipliers in this. So, if you roll 3 of a kind, your total points are going to be multiplied by 2. If you roll 4 of a kind, your multiplier is times 3. If you get a straight, meaning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 4 times the amount. And if you happen to get 5 of a kind, it's 5 times your grand total. Make sense?
Yeah, baby.
All right.
When we say 3 of a kind, we're talking 3 of the same dice, right?
3 of the same number.
numbers.
Yeah, so if you roll all 5, like I just did,
do
and
not
you
know anything about poker, so
No, this
I
isn't poker.
sort
It's
of
kind
do.
of these are the most basic poker rules that we could grab from it. We're not talking like
nothing about poker.
yeah,
And it's all written down. I'm pretty sure we'll be able to be reminded.
exactly. So we'll roll the die and I'll kind of walk everybody through it. So the only things you have to worry about, you've got your dice, you've got listed round 1, 2, and 3, enough space to roll down your totals, and whatever your wisdom modifier is, that's the number of, we'll call them luck points if you want, that you have for all 3 rounds.
Awesome.
Make sense?
Yep.
All right. So Amarusiko comes up, and let's switch the music to something a little more energetic. That sounds pretty good.
Oh, I'm so excited for fishing.
I forego the fishing rod and just go in with my sword or my club. Polar bear, like.
So Amarusiko and, well, not Harper, but Weatherby and the 3 kobolds, they come up behind you and they kind of put the belt harnesses on you so that you have like suspenders and a big old piece of leather around your waist, so that as you walk towards the rear of the ship, you step up over the banister and you can kind of lean over the railing so that you can almost moonwalk down the rear of the ship, so that you are almost near the tail fin that kind of steers when they're in water. And you have giant rods that are affixed to kind of like a bucket of sorts between your legs, so that you have leverage to kind of pull and wind back with. And it's
Coco's
you.
in water.
Yeah.
Sharks in water.
Viria.
Ah, shark.
Anytime now. Viria, Cult, Rose, Nagheim, and Remy are all competing here.
Ooh.
And as the ship slowly comes down, you can feel the spray of the salt water kind of being splashed up from like the, what are they called again? The stones that are keeping the ship afloat. I forget the technical name, but it's kicking it up as the pressure from them is bouncing off the water. And you can see that this motion in the ocean, that's so stupid.
You
The
know what?
motion in the
Unsubscribe.
ocean.
Unsubscribe,
Yeah.
people. Not worth it.
It came out and then I realized what I was saying. It's so stupid. But it has attracted many of the sea creatures in the waters. So you see trails of dolphins kind of catching up in the wake. You see the outline of whales. You see all manner of beasts that are kind of trailing this wake that you're leaving behind. This is kicking up a lot of potential for fishing here. And in 3, 2, 1, everybody roll your first set of 5 die.
I'm still doing the polar bear fishing, by the way.
Oh, I'm gonna catch one of those friendly ones. They look delicious. Okay. And I'm going to take a reroll.
Well, hold on.
Oh,
So, if everybody's got their first numbers recorded, you can take any number of the die that you've recorded, keep whatever number you want, and if you have 1 or more in your wisdom modifier, you can use a reroll now to reroll as many die as you want.
I'm gonna
So,
do that.
let you do that right now.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sakes. Yeah, didn't it go well?
All right. Now that you've recorded all your numbers, if you have 3 of a kind, you multiply your total by 2. If you have 4 of a kind, you multiply your total by 3. If you have a straight, which is either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you multiply your total by 4. And if you have 5 of a kind, you multiply your total by 5. So you add all the numbers up on the die and then multiply it by whatever you got. Bring your mic a little closer there.
What if it's 2 or 3 of a kind? How many times do you multiply by?
3 of a kind and up. So 3 of a kind, 4 of a kind, or 5 of a kind. All right. Everybody good on the first round?
Yes.
Excellent. All right. Next up, second round. As you're hauled back up, you kind of dispose of like the fish that you've caught, kind of dump them overside, and then you're lowered back again. Round 2. Here we go.
Round 2, we do all the dice?
You bet.
I have 2 neurons, so I'm gonna need to be handhold.
Handheld, yeah.
Handheld, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
If I use my 2 reroll, can I still reroll now?
Each, like, you have as many rerolls as you do your wisdom modifier for this entire 3 rounds.
Okay.
Yeah.
I should have had better tactics here. I forgot how to. I used to be good at poker too, which is a damn shame.
All right. Last round. Is everybody ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right. In 3.
Wait, hold on.
Sure.
I'm confused. The first time I use I have +2 in wisdom, so I re-rolled my dice. Can I re-roll my dice again, or I cannot?
You can. You have 2 times throughout all 3 rounds that you can do it. If you want to keep
Okay,
this one and save your reroll for this final round, you can do that too.
That brings up a question for me.
Yeah.
I thought our wisdom modifier we were allowed to roll 1 dice, not a set. Is that correct?
You can roll up to all your dice if you want as a reroll.
Fuck what? Oh.
I can see how this game is gonna go.
Can I get one of my rerolls back? Because I used it to reroll 1 dice that was a 1, and it came up a 1 on my reroll.
I'm feeling generous. I'll give you one more reroll on this round because of the confusion.
Okay. Well, it's the last round, so I still
Let's
have
say
a reroll.
burn a
It's
luck
fine.
point. How about that?
No, it's fine. I still have a reroll. Okay, but now
Okay.
I understand at least.
All right.
Doesn't help me, but I understand.
All right. I can see the fire in Viria's eyes right now. She's determined. So, one more time in 3, 2, 1, roll. Holy shit.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm rerolling
Yeah.
these.
My 1 reroll at the beginning, so no rerolls this time.
Okay.
Oh my god.
This ain't bad.
Okay, that's. I mean, I
What is the modifier with a flush?
4.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
Oh, just me like
What
banging.
just happened? Are you okay? That was like,
That's because I heard a bang.
that's not a human conversation there.
Sorry.
Banging my desk. Sorry.
Good.
Okay, so.
Rose has suffered enough.
Has she?
Oh, shots fired.
You have yet to do your story. There is more suffering.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so much. And that's.
All right. Now, once you have all your totals from all 3 rounds, add all your totals together and tell me what the final number is. We'll go alphabetical. How about that?
Can you repeat the modifiers?
Sure. Let me just do my own math, and I'll be right with you.
I've got it. It's 3 of a kind is times 2. 4 of a kind is times 3. A straight, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is times 4, and 5 of a kind is times 5.
Wait, what is the straight again?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And you need to have how many? Like all 5?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
I was one number off from having that.
Oh!
My reroll gave it to me.
Nice.
I almost had it twice.
Oh, painful for me. No, I mean, I did great. I'm super good at fishing. Oh, pulls back a stump. Oh, a shark ticket. That's how good I rolled.
All right, everybody got their totals?
Yeah.
All right, so as you're all hauled back up to the top, we'll start with Cult. As you turn over, oh yeah, I should have mentioned, they give you little sacks so that whatever you're hauling in can be placed in this magical sack. So when you open it up, this is what is produced.
Oh.
Cult, what was your total?
Such an element of theater.
Just- yeah.
71.
71.
Yeah.
All right. You dump out what is called a mite fish.
That sounds awful.
It is a big, chunky ass beast of a fish that has much muscle on it, which is weird for a fish. But it looks like one of those, GMO infused like cows that you've seen that are just like, "Arr." There's this fish. It's like, "Arr." However a fish sounds.
It's a gym rat fish.
There you go. It's been juicing in the sea.
Oh, you skipped fin day.
Next up, Nagheim. You open your satchel and you dump it out onto the ground, and you got a
99.
99. All right. You dump out not a fish. You dump out a treasure chest. That's got a rusted lock on it.
Can't eat that.
All right. Going
But
around
we
from
can
there,
use the contents to buy more fish.
we have Remy. Remy kind of waddles over and opens up, just dumps his sack. And yeah, no, because he got a 97, which would be the same as Nagheim. We're not gonna do that. We'll go down one, and we'll say he dumps out a void salmon. So it's kind of like a backwards fish, because like normally salmon has like a very pink color to it. This one is like the reverse, where you see its outsides, or its insides on the outside and the outsides on the inside. So if it has a color, you're not too sure what it is. All you see is a fleshy kind of glob of guts and everything on the ground. You don't know if it's edible, but we'll see. Next up, Rose.
Hi.
Hi, what did you get?
66.
66. All right. Rose dumps her stuff on there, and you guys are in luck. She dumps out 3 dark claw lobsters. So they're blackened with very overextended claws. How they kept up with the boat is anybody's guess, but here we are. So that's going to be
those come
seafood
from
for
the
days.
ocean?
Yep.
We get those all the time in Zingon. I didn't know they were like a fish.
Oh boy. This is going to be educational for Cult. Last but not least, we have Viria. What did you get?
140.
I can't hear you.
140.
There we go.
Oh!
Yeah, I got a 3 of a kind on all 3 rounds.
Oh, snap!
So, as a surprise to some, not everybody, the oddities are like, of course. Viri opens up her sack and dumps out, nose first. She got the largest swordfish anybody has ever seen.
Get a nice swordfish steak in ya.
Yep. It's about a third the size, or like 2/3. Yeah. Like, imagine Viri times 1.5 or 1 1/3. It's taller than her, so, and probably weighs much more than her as well. And she was able to wrestle that with a fishing pole.
With a claw. For flavor.
For flavor, sure. All right. So, you all have enough meat for days. Let's move this music back here. Meat for days. You have a few more days of this trip, so you're going to be eating great for the next few nights. And I'll get somebody, I don't know who, but somebody, to make a sleight of hand check or a thieves' tools check to open this chest that Nagham has found.
I wonder who can do that.
I don't know.
What? Why don't you give it a go?
Okay. I'll insert a claw. I'll kind of like just wiggle it around. So sleight of hand or what?
Well, if you're proficient in thieves' tools.
No. Okay, sleight of hand.
I've been told just sticking it in and wiggling around sometimes doesn't do the trick. Sometimes you got to be a little bit more delicate. You got to tease.
So Viri goes in with the dragon claw.
Circles, you mean? Okay.
Yeah. Sometimes ask your partner clockwise, counterclockwise. What's their preference? Knowledge is power.
I can wait. So as Viri tries to finger blast the lock on this treasure chest here.
Was I being too subtle?
I don't know. But you don't unlock it. What you do get instead is some of the kind of underwater kind of crustaceans get just below the nail bed so that it just stings and itches for the rest of the day.
Except I can't feel anything with this arm, apparently. So.
Which is weird because if you're adding flavor text to fucking fishing, I'm doing this.
All right. Let's do this thing.
By all means.
I would love if you like slipped and cut your hand or something and you get tetanus.
I mean, I rolled a 2 on the dice. But that's still an 11. But I'll probably use luck.
Okay.
Yeah. Timora. I'm ears always open. I
Roll the die.
anytime. Yeah. Nope. There we go. Hey.
That's more like it.
27.
So, you kind of scrape away all the crustaceans and everything that has been growing on this for however long. You fit the tools in there, and eventually, thunk, comes loose. You open it up, and there's about...
Check for traps.
Oh, okay. You see a sea cucumber just kind of out of it. That's about it. So what if you don't like sea cucumber, as Nagham clearly doesn't?
Nagham clearly doesn't. You know what? I don't
Having
even want the
none of it.
chest.
Yep.
The sea cucumber is followed by a sponge and a starfish and a squirrel. And a squid.
Keep going.
The sea cucumber was too strong.
But aside from this lonely sea cucumber, you do find about 500 gold in there.
Ooh. Nagham, you got cash. For incense.
Hey.
Girls, whatever else you buy.
So with that, Captain Amorusko kind of takes stock of everything that's in there, and Remy happily but begrudgingly kind of carts everything back down to the kitchen with some help.
All right. So there's 1, 7. Yeah. Viria, you're the clear winner here.
I mean, to be fair, I did fish a lot in my youth, so.
Then it shows. And as a grand prize, here you go.
And he hands you make sure I say the right thing so you can add it into your inventory. You are the now proud owner of a folding boat.
Oh.
So he hands you this little piece of folded parchment that looks like kind of like origami in a way, that it's kind of folded up. But once you say the command word of your choosing, it unfolds to kind of like a canoe that can hold up to 4 people.
Oh, how convenient. Thank you.
All right. So, I'd say everybody has about 3 days left on this trip. Is there anything anybody wanted to do before you dock down again?
I'm going to
Holding.
add transport via plants into my book.
Okay.
I believe I can do that now. Yeah, 6th level. I have those, right? Wait, do I have that? Damn it, no, never mind, I lied. I'm a level off. Ignore
Okay.
me.
Ignore me!
Anybody else?
Ready to go. Sorry, I'm like trying to deal with adding this folding boat to my inventory, and it's going so well.
Colt's just going to like try to pal around with Rose, but not as hard as they usually go because he still wants her to like feel better. But just being positive around her,
Fair
as
enough.
she has been for him.
And it works.
Yeah, Viria's mostly trying to busy herself with whatever task they give her, also because she's getting a little more nervous the more we get closer to Marquette.
And it shows. You drop shit all over the place.
Fuck. Even though that wasn't me.
The chaos. It's lovely. Yeah. All right. Well, if there's nothing else, we can say that after another 3 days of travel, you all look out over the railing of the Silverweed airship, and you see the great expanse of the desert continent of Marquette begin to fill the horizon. There we go.
I didn't think it'd be this sandy.
It's pretty.
The dark navy colors of the Osmit Sea begin to brighten into the turquoise colors of the shallow waters that line the perimeter of its shores. And as the ship rights itself to enter the Bay of Gifts, you see a multitude of docks that house grand ships with massive sails that break up the stretch of white pebble beaches. Shops, restaurants, open markets run the length of the boardwalk as far as you can see. The multitude of colors that their canopies display are dazzling, enough to make you forget even for a moment the unforgiving heat of the sun above. Tall palm trees can be seen by their lush green leaves at the far edges of this desert paradise destination. And the arid mountains seem to wrap like giant hands around this city, as if to cradle it from the dangers that lie just beyond them. This is a place to leave your cares behind and enjoy all life's splendors. Welcome to Marquette.
It's really hot.
Yeah.
Good
It
thing I
is.
packed my light linens.
Viria is struggling because she's used to a much colder climate in general.
Mm-hmm.
Just like, oh fuck, why did I wear a turtleneck?
I've got an extra linen here. Okay. Oh, don't rip off the sleeves.
No, sorry.
But sleeves are bullshit!
And I've got 3 more, so it's all right.
I'll pay you back.
All right. So, as the Silverweed kind of docks above water about 100 feet out from the docks that are at the shoreline, They lower the boat that's going to transport you to the shore. Before
Hey, I
long,
have a brand new canoe I can try.
sure, if you want to offer that up, you can do that as well.
I mean, don't bother yourselves.
Oh,
Try this out.
fair enough. Well, I guess this is where we part ways.
Thank you.
Have we paid Amarisco?
No, you
I
have
can't-
not.
Oh.
Oh, I took the money out of my inventory already.
I
thought
know,
did
I'm just playing it up here.
No, we
Oh,
paid you.
one
I've got the
thing-
receipt.
Yeah, one thing to clarify, because I don't know if Rose was told this, but there was
Oh,
a ruby worth 5 grand in your pack that they used, and then everybody took out $12.50 from their inventory in gold to pay for this trip. And I believe I took it out for you, just so you're not like, what the fuck?
Yeah, sorry, we owe you a 5,000 gold piece ruby.
I don't think I paid.
I mean, she's not big on material possessions. Are you, Rose?
I'll let you guys debate that later. But so if you haven't taken the gold out previously, you can do so now. So it's $12.50 for each of you. Rose, I know I took it out for you, so don't worry about it.
I forget, how much did we get from Devine?
You got paid 10,000 gold, so you would have had 2,500 each.
Okay, so I did take the money out, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I did too. Yeah, I did too.
Cool. Then we're all
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
Wait, did I get any of that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we added it to your money, but I just deducted the amount that you were owed.
I couldn't add or take away anything. I can only roll Rose's dice
Okay.
when Fred's
Oh.
not here.
All right.
So
I don't have access to put in or take out anything, so she is owed,
$12.50.
yes. No,
or 2,500.
2,500.
Because you took out
Minus
the
$12.50. Oh, yeah, I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
did
I
you,
thought Rose only donated the 5,000 gold piece ruby.
No,
Seems a little. Oh.
no, it was the ruby plus 5,000, and then that was divided by each of you for $12.50. So that I took out. So yeah, you guys are correct. Rose, if you want to add 2,500 gold, that's how much you have. I think if I remember correctly, you have more than that in total, but you know what I mean.
just add 2,500
Mhm.
to whatever amount you have.
All right. With that, what is the command word for this boat? Oh, it better be good. This is taking a lot of brain power. Look at that
Twizzle
concentration.
fizzles.
Sorry, one more time.
Twizzle fizzles.
Puff,
Amazing.
Puff, fizz, fizz.
Oh, sorry, I should say it's weird. Twizzle fizzles.
Oh, yes.
Oh, now we understand.
So badass.
So, you all leap into the ocean, and as Viri sends out this command word, a floating boat erupts from beneath the surface. And one by one, you all climb aboard this magical canoe, and you set off paddling towards the docks of Marquette.
I'll give Nagheim my extra featherfall bubblegum
Okay.
so they don't have to
I have one.
plunge. I have an extra. So it
Oh, I
just-
could just levitate down if I need to.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, I'll keep my featherfall bubblegum.
All right. And eventually, you all make it to the docks. And I'll say you say the command word again so you can refold your boat. Put that in your pocket. And where to, you guys?
Well, so Nagheim, do you know where we are right now? Because you know things.
I mean, where did the captain say we were landing?
Yeah, where are we? What's the?
Oh, you're asking me.
Um,
Oh, sorry.
Well, this was the Bay of Gifts.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that in Marquette? Do we know?
It is. Let me look at the map here.
Because all I have here is that we're supposed to find some place called the Brass Beggar in Shamal.
So if you guys look on the map there, in the bottom left corner, you'll see
Don't
marquettes.
see a map.
What's that?
We don't have.
Do not see a
We
map.
have.
It's on you
We have
guys.
an airship.
We have the
Did
big
you
one.
move us to it?
Yes.
Huh.
Well, I see the airship.
I reloaded. Roll 20.
Yeah,
It's
maybe
just-
reload because it is where
There
it's
we
supposed to be. Yeah.
go. I got it.
Everybody
Yes,
got it?
Marquette.
Got it.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
We'll
Okay.
see. It is
Just
reloading.
loading.
Okay.
Now I do.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Okay.
Got it.
Hey.
It's all blurry though. There we go.
Oh, we're
Okay,
quite close to where we're supposed to go.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
So yeah, you guys are in that little cleft there. Yeah.
And where are we heading?
The place right next to that. Shamal.
Hmm. Okay.
So, maybe we can reiterate what our itinerary is here. Where are we going? What are we doing?
The Brass Beggar, Shamal. Finding a map.
What's the
Pretty much
map?
that.
What's the map for?
Shards.
Right. I meant intros. I wasn't here for that game. I don't remember.
Well, guess we should get a move on.
Yep, I'd rather get off this continent. This is horrible. Horribly hot.
Colt takes out, from what he has seen in illustrations and read in his many fantasy novels, like a length of cloth, and sort of wraps it about his person, aka Indiana Jones, when he's looking for the Eye of Ra.
Brilliant.
Magheim is just going to be constantly using prestidigitation because robes are heavy.
We should get you like a parasol or something.
I don't know what you mean.
Or
Look
maybe
a little
fan. A little paper
picky.
fan.
They
That's
like
what
to show
Presto
off.
is.
Cult. Let them.
Sure, this is showing off.
All right.
Ooh.
So, what direction are we heading?
To Shamal?
I mean, no. We're not looking for a shard, so I'm looking for the map of the shard. So you should probably take the lead then, any of you.
I mean, I guess we should ask a guard for directions.
Possibly, yes.
All right, and I'll go up to the first guard I see. Well, guard-looking person I see.
Okay. You walk up to two individuals who have similar garb and weapons at the ready on their side, and you kind of put it together that these are the people to ask. So you walk up, and what do you say?
Hi. Hi. Can we need some help. We just made it to Marquette. We're unfamiliar with the area.
And where is it you would like to go?
Shamal?
Oh, you are in Shamal.
Oh, well,
Oh.
fantastic then. Could you point us to the my notes. The brass
The brass
beggar.
What are these
beggar.
notes you talk about?
It's right here, and I unfold an actual piece of parchment that has the brass beggar written on it.
Seems you have only one location that you were going to. What are these
this
hearts?
was recommended to us by a good friend. Friend? Yes.
Are you sure about this?
It's a complicated relationship.
All right. The brass beggar, if you go down the main road here, and about 5 blocks down, you will take a left, then go straight on towards the east, and then you will go up again for about another 7 blocks, and then that will take you to the market ward. The brass beggar should be within the market ward. I'm not familiar with this particular shop, but that is where most of the markets are located.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Be pleased.
Have a good
You
one.
got that, Nagaheim?
Yeah, very this way.
Lead the way.
All right.
Go wizard, go wizard, go.
So, coasting through the market valleys of Marquette, or specifically Chamal, you do pass by like many shops that have open face to the market square, where they're selling any kind of like cloth and colored material, flowers of every kind, spices everywhere. The aroma of this entire place is just a cornucopia of like flavors and scents in the air. There's fruits, there's dried fruits mostly because, hey, desert. But you're offered, many people are coming up to you saying like, try this sample. Do you like it? Okay, buy some, you know? So there's constant people coming at you trying to get like coin and everything like that. Now, to be fair, unlike many places, this is a place where bartering is very much allowed and honestly encouraged because it's sort of a game between all the people who are running shops and wares and everything. So, heading down to the market square, you do see that none of these shops are actually labeled or noted for what they are. It's pretty much, if you don't know the place well enough, it's kind of a gamble as to what you're going in and out for. So you may have to ask some people and be prepared. You may have to bribe some people for exactly where to go. So
Colt, as they sort of get deeper into the market ward, he's gonna start like he's fascinated regardless. So he's looking at everything. He's like trying not to like tarry too long. But he wants to start purchasing some like little sundry gifts, like touristy sort of stuff for his family. And as he does, he's probably gonna he's like, oh yeah, no, we're just on our way to the Brass Beggar. I don't know if I really want that. I mean, I think they might have them over at the Brass Beggar. Do you think they have them there? Because I've heard they go cheaper there, and starts doing the wheelie dealy sort of thing.
And you see the withered old woman that you're dealing with here is trying to convince you that, oh, but my children, you know, or let's.
Oh, my children, they want for so many things and I can't afford because nobody shops at my shop anymore. The Brass Beggar makes enough money. They rich, they very rich. But me, no, I have to scrimp and save and, oh, my bones, they are not what they used to be. Won't you please take pity on me?
Here's 3,000 gold. No, just kidding. No. But
Welcome, Raiders.
Oh my God, what just happened?
oh, we're raiding.
I didn't want to interrupt the RP, but we're being raided.
Hello, everybody.
Oh,
You epic
welcome.
fumbles.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year indeed.
Hope your planning session went well, because I think that's what you were doing.
Oh, cool. Right on.
Hello.
Awesome.
Nice. Colt's going to buy like a small item.
Okay.
From this stand. Nothing over like 5 gold though. Like he'll spend a tiny bit of money there,
Fair enough.
but nothing crazy. So I will say whatever's worth 5 gold.
Thank you for your generosity. It means so much. Oh, be pleased.
And she
bet
stacks
you-
away the money. And whatever you kind of think 5 gold gets you in Marquette, you tell me.
We will say an intricately carved, almost like a little scene made out of obsidian, or no, obsidian's really hard, isn't it? I can't remember. A stonework, but it's very intricately carved. It's like a little tiny diorama of like a camel and like a palm tree.
Okay.
And yeah, he pockets that.
You
Fair enough.
realize you might have gotten swindled.
He 100%
Definitely
got
overpaid for
swindled.
that.
Yeah, but now I know the Brass Beggar does really well.
Yes, so we should look into well-off looking shops or booths. Is that All right. Can I spot any sort of like wine or like booze merchant?
Oh yeah. That's not hard to find. Like this is a place that's kind of catering to like any kind of pleasures imaginable. So be it food, drink, narcotics, what have you, you know, something is there for everybody's fun.
All right.
Are you looking
So,
for
yeah,
something
I'll-
specifically?
Just maybe like a bottle of local alcohol I don't know,
Okay.
so that I can try it.
Easy enough. So you come across one vendor who is showing some of their wares, you know, but they're looking you up and down. They're kind of taking stock of like how you're dressed and kind of grading like what level they're supposed to be offering things to you. And they do show you that they have a selection of just standard wines made from like grapes and everything. There's also fire wine, which you're familiar with. But there's one that is made locally that is found nowhere else in the world. But he shakes his head and kind of says, you know, like,
I'm sorry, but this is it's a delicacy, but I do not think you have the coin to spend on this.
Are you
So
judging me on my appearance, sir?
I am.
Well, it's such a shame. I guess I'll take my business to the brass beggar then.
They do not sell wine in the Brass Beggar, so I wish you much luck.
Oh, I hear they've expanded their stock.
Good luck with that. Be pleased.
And I'll just kind of like lift my cape up to show off my coin purse a bit as I turn. You sure?
do you check to see if he's checking out your coin purse?
Yeah.
He's not even giving you the time of day.
All right. Is there another booth I can find that also sells?
Oh, sure. Like, I'm imagining this
Yeah,
is happening
okay.
on the walk to the market district and everything like that. So, round 2, same kind of stock. So, you get the feeling like from one vendor, if you go down about 5, it's like a repeat of what the other guy had in stock. Nobody is really catering to much that's like so special. It's all stuff that it's like, hey, who gets first dibs, you know? So, yeah, same kind of stock. And you do see from recognition the same bottle of the same stuff the guy was like hyping up a little bit there.
How much for that one?
Oh, this one over here, this is special. This is so good. You're gonna love it long time.
And she brings over this green glass bottle that's kind of wrapped around with like a bit of hemp rope and a wax seal on the top. And she kind of does a display of like shaking it left and right. And you kind of see it has like a wave kind of motion to it. Like it's almost grainy on the inside. And this is called Sandcake's Hide. And it goes for 350 gold.
I turn around and walk off.
Oh, is someone not make enough coin?
She doesn't say that. I'm just, yeah, that's for me. That's for me.
Didn't I just buy like a camel figurine off of that woman?
I don't know. Everybody's got
Wow,
a sad
Paul.
story.
You're saying everyone here looks the same?
How dare you?
Wow.
I see how it is.
Right. I'm not.
You can't
having
blame
any
them.
luck.
They're from Singorn.
Yeah,
While this is
sure.
going on, Rose would like to find a vendor that sells clothes so she can buy like a weather appropriate outfit and also blend in
Sounds good.
with the locals.
All right. For that, do I have it listed here? Yes. So I'd say just common clothing. That's about, do you want to go cheap, fancy, or just basic?
Like middle range.
Middle range? Okay, we'll say 5 gold pieces gets you lighter attire that's got like a kind of silk almost. And it's kind of funny. When you look at it, you remember some of Cult's clothing being this fine kind of material, but here, it's not as expensive as Cult would pay for it. Maybe due to the materials that they have at hand, maybe due to the weather, it's just you need this kind of material. But yeah, it's very lightweight, very chic. very breathable, so you don't feel the weather hitting you as much.
I'm gonna change into the one that I buy, and I'm gonna pull off the rack a black one and just be like, "Hey, Viri, this would look cute on you." And then just put it against her and just be like, "This might be more comfortable to wear."
Colt did lend me his shirt.
Yeah, but it's white.
Without the sleeves, I mean, you can keep it.
Right. But yeah, I can consider it. I need new clothes, I guess. But yeah, you focus on getting clothing for yourself. Maybe on the way back.
Put it back down on the rack.
I'll get you to make a perception check.
Perception.
Great.
20.
That's your first decent roll of the game.
To be fair, it played out pretty well because she was kind of under duress, we'll say. So.
Oh, it did. Yeah, absolutely.
But you, on your way out after you pay for everything, and you look at Viri with the black kind of outfit, and then you go to put it back, you see this expression on the vendor's face that says, "I didn't even know I had a black outfit. A black outfit in the desert? What a dumb fucking, but oh well."
It happens. You see black outfits in the desert.
Racist. Anyway. No, I'm kidding. But she does overhear you saying that maybe on the way back. So she does go take it and put it aside in kind of like a gift wrapping kind of fashion, just in case you come by this way afterwards.
And Rose will also buy, like, put around her head for everyone.
Okay. Didn't hear quite what you said, but I got the idea with the money.
Oh, sorry. Rose is gonna buy scars for, like, to put around her head in case, because it sounds like we're headed in hot weather. She's gonna buy some for everyone.
Fantastic. All right.
Add that to my tab.
Hey, 5 gold. Good one. All right. Now, I don't know if Nagheim was going to do anything. They kind of vanished there. So we'll say, how do I want to play this? Let's say anybody who's proficient can use persuasion to see if they, to see if they can coax information out of anybody as to where the brass beggar would be located. And in the meantime, in the meantime, Nagheim, was there anything you wanted to pick up shop for?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, use
26.
that big
Fantastic.
fat charisma.
It takes you a couple of people, and then you pick up on the fact that, money goes a little ways in this place. So nothing too crazy, because a gold means you get something physical in return. But the silvers, yeah, that's a good float zone right there. And luckily, with that persuasion check, you only get 1 silver, and a little girl points you to where you want to go.
Thank you. Sorry, what was that? I didn't quite hear you, and I'll kneel down.
And once you get really close to her, then she runs away because she's scared, because you're terrifying.
I think the be pleased is kind of like the thank you or good day kind of.
Oh, is that what she said? I legitimately did not hear her.
And I legitimately choked on my spit when I said it, so I'm so sorry.
DM's every fear.
Yeah. But once you have it, you just keep on going. You've lived it.
All right. Well, I have directions. Did you 3 want to shop around some more, or are we good to go?
No, I'm good for right
I'm
now.
good. I'm feeling much more comfortable.
Good.
All right.
Nagheim?
I'm good.
All right.
Fantastic.
Don't want any kind of local teas or something, maybe?
Ooh.
Maybe on the way
Probably.
back.
Okay.
Oh, it might be worth shopping for silk. Look, Colt, this is silk and it was only 5 gold.
Seriously?
Uh-huh. this
Oh my
entire
gosh.
outfit. And look at this embroidery. It's very pretty.
You know, I should look into getting some reams and then selling it wholesale to the Oracle's Coronet. That would get me a really big discount on.
Or maybe just buy yourself nice clothes.
I know, I like to keep business relations good with them. Tailoring is
just rich
is
people
the real
looking
cost.
to get richer, you know.
Colt, make
Yeah.
an intelligence check.
Oh. Do do do. Do 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 do. D 21.
You look at you look at Rose's outfit and you don't want to believe it until you actually feel it, and your eyes almost pop out of your head with the silky softness and the amount of care and fine thread work that is within this garment. The embroidery is very fashionable to the locals, but that's easily taken off and replaced with different kind of filigree and everything like that when you go to a tailor. But that's not the point. The point is that in your head, mathing out how much this silk costs back home to make this outfit that seems to fit Rose to a T for only 5 gold. For 200 gold, you could replace all of your clothes in this local market.
Where was this stand? Rose?
Right over there.
And he's going to like fucking vanish, and there's like a little cult-shaped dust cloud as he goes and buys several outfits.
Well, actually, that is a perfect cue for me to ask a very important question to everybody. I would like you all to look in your equipment and tell me, with a raise of hands, how many of you are above 50 pounds of inventory
Oh.
weight?
Well, would
Oh, yeah.
my... Wait, does this have a weight? No, it doesn't. Never mind. But yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay,
No,
so
because some of it is in the horse and saddlebags.
Okay, just the backpack then.
I haven't really. Some of it I'm wearing.
Like, I haven't
I haven't
ordered
sorted
my
any of
Whatever
that.
you're
I did.
wearing
I did.
does
any
count
of
for
my
this instance.
inventory.
So
I'm
that's
actually
weapons, that's everything. I would imagine Nagheim is fairly lightweight.
Oh, well, my weapon technically wouldn't count since
That's
it
true.
doesn't, like, physically exist.
So again, anything
regardless.
over 50 pounds, raise your
But
hand, please.
I'm still over 50 pounds without
Okay.
counting the weapon. So.
And Rose,
I have a
I'm at 36.
with both
36
weapons and everything?
pounds?
Wow. Well, regardless,
I keep a very organized inventory.
Oh.
Thing.
I see. And I
do
didn't check,
not.
but was there anything in Nom Nom before the
Nope.
campsite thing? No? Okay. Well, that said, more than half the party is carrying well over 50 pounds. Somebody's going to need to do something about storage real quick, because your shopping idea for all these shirts and clothes and all that, you won't be able to carry it.
Is this necessary, Colt?
I thought we were playing by Legend of Zelda rules, but
After
yeah,
a
this
while, it
two-
gets kind of unrealistic. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Well, I think carrying around about 135 pounds, which is
As a
almost
rogue.
Colt's weight. It's about how much he weighs. Probably like 150. Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, I am developing back problems. So we should probably do something about how much stuff I have. But I just never know when I'm going to use it. He's a backpack hoarder. The bell I don't have anymore. So I can... Oh, well, no, he would take it back. Because he's a backpack hoarder. He doesn't like getting rid of stuff.
Okay, regardless
I
of
mean,
sorting your
I
stuff out, the problem
guess-
is that
I
you guys are
guess-
limited on storage.
Yeah, I guess I could rid of myself of a few things. I used to carry everything I owned with me due to traveling, but now that we kind of have a base of operations, I don't really need
Well-
some of this.
since I've met you guys, I've been looking for one of those magical bags you can toss a bunch of shit into, and I've never been able to either find one / purchase one.
That would be
Found
useful.
one, but
I mean,
I
I
couldn't
have
purchase
one,
it.
but
Yeah, but
Yours kind of eats things.
it
kinda
eats
eats
things. And what if we forget one night and
Or
like
what if you get kidnapped and then go 6 days without, you know?
exactly? It's a bit of a risk. I was hoping for
why I
something
call
a
it
little
Num
bit.
Num.
Okay, let's see. If I look around, can I see any sort of merchant selling what looks to be travel gear?
Or even my magical items.
Yeah,
Well,
one or the other.
what did you roll? Persuasion. 26. They did inform you that the brass beggar is kind of an antique, possibly magic shop in itself. If you want to check there
really?
first.
Yeah, I mean I hear the brass beggar mostly sells magical items of some kind, so maybe they have one of those bags there. Or if anything, if they might know another shop, another magical shop, who sells these bags. So
I did not realize I was carrying around a 70-pound barrel. For some reason.
Like you do.
All right. I mean, why wouldn't you? All right, to the brass beggar then. Seems it's got all of our goods and services.
All right. So, eventually, you find the location that this young girl had pointed out to you. And, ducking through the veiled entrance to this shop, your senses are overtaken by the smoke and aroma of the incense that burns within. The interior is dark save for the pinpricks of light that cascade down from holes in the canopy above. Whether intentional or by happenstance, they do seem to highlight some of the more interesting artifacts that can be found within this space. Tables with stacks of leather and brass-bound tomes with foreign scrolling across their covers. Thin rectangular glass bottles that shimmer in a multitude of different colors. Brass ornaments and baubles that seem to come alive with the twist of a key. Various powders and grains are set on leveled shelves within drawstring pouches. And within the center of the space are long glass display cases that feature fragments of the past, forgotten artifacts, and scrolls with foreign promises. Ducking into the room from behind a curtain at the far back, you see a young man wiping his mouth, quickly trying to finish off a mouthful of his lunch. He brushes off his thin paisley-colored tunic and brings out his warmest smile. Welcome, friends. Blessing of the Undying upon you. How may this one serve you?
hi. Well, did you want to start cult or?
Oh, yeah. Hi. We have heard so much good stuff about this wonderful, wonderful place of curios and interesting things and bits and bobs and ephemera.
Oh,
that
is very
we-
kind. Thank
we
you.
just had to come have a look.
Oh.
What do you have by way of storage?
We have crates made of wood. We have barrels that weigh 75 fucking pounds. We have many pouches and what exactly are you looking for?
We're thinking more of like a strappy bag that you can put many things in it but doesn't weigh you down.
Ah, I see. All right. So back here we have the pouch of many depth. I don't know. You can store many items. Be pleased if I could borrow item from this young one's back. And he points to Rose, indicating one of the axes that are on your back. He'll show, just as an example, how much storage is in there.
I will give Vuvu.
Vuvu. It's very heavy. You're a very strong woman. And he kind of dips the head of the axe past the opening, and it goes. Even my whole arm, it disappeared. No, I'm just kidding. I pulled it back out. I still have my arm, yes. There you go, be pleased. And he hands it back to you.
And is it light?
Oh, very light. You can try for yourself.
All right. I'll look at it, give it the old, make sure the stitching's nice and it's not gonna tear open.
One additional feature to this item is if you do not like the color, if it does not, what is the word?
Compliment?
Thank you, be pleased. If it does not complement what your attire is, you simply tickle the lining of it and it will change.
Cool.
We've seen weirder.
We have. It's my mind went places. Yeah, how much are you thinking of parting with this?
These go for
Cool.
4,600 gold.
Just
While my fellow adventurer ponders this, as he's mentioned, we've heard very good things about this particular store,
Much thanks.
notably from the Cobalt Reserve.
Hmm.
Oh, I thought. Okay.
A friend of ours, Kiran Sadi, has sent us here and he has heard that you might have acquired a map recently.
We have many maps. We have some for, obviously, Marquette. There are the individual cities, of course. We have some as far as Wildmount and their cities.
We are
have-
looking for
I could take a look at these maps and find out which one we're looking for, perhaps.
Very well. Right this way. That was me, not him.
I mean, he was eating lunch, so.
He was, yeah. So he takes you to kind of like a poster kind of thing that you'd find in like a Hot Topic. And so it's got them kind of encased so that you can kind of push them by and just inspect one side or the other. And they are pretty much anywhere in the world. They do have like maps either by city or continent or the world itself.
Would I recognize anything similar to the two maps I previously found? Well, no, the one map I previously found, sorry.
Well, I'll get you to make an intelligence check. Since you're the one doing this.
19.
Nice.
what's this? Good rolls?
So quickly you're realizing that maybe there was like some specificity that wasn't included in what you were asking for. And he is showing you maps because you guys just walked in and out of the street and he doesn't really know exactly what you guys are into or capable of.
I thought mentioning the Cobalt Reserve might clue him in.
I tried to.
I'll give you a solid here with that intelligence check as well. Kiransari did not say that he was working with these individuals or that they know of him, just that he had someone stash it.
Oh.
So there might not have been any whisper of like, hey, I'm from this secret thing, because that's what secret things actually do.
Do you have other maps or maybe instructions? We're treasure hunters, so we're looking for kind of like treasure maps.
1,000 pardons, I did not understand.
It's fine. I wasn't clear.
Well, right this way. If you look within the center of the tables here, the glass underneath, it is locked, so be pleased.
Yes.
So if there is something that is catching your eye, please let me know. I will be happy to explain what the artifact is. Maps, I'd say throughout this table, and he shows you the last third closest to the far back wall, so you can keep an eye on it. Kind of like the naughty magazines, in 7-Elevens. They want to keep it close by, so So he's got that set up there, and you can see that there are. What's that?
The beaded curtain at the video store.
Exactly. So there are some that are kind of rolled up. There are some that are just kind of displayed in a fan kind of thing. I'll get you to make a quick little perception check. Or investigation, whichever one's better for you.
Enemy
Guidance.
perception is
Guidance, too? Yep.
Oh. And back to the usual. Oh.
Lowest on both!
That's a kick in the shins.
That's amazing. All right, so with that, you really do not see anything that looks like something you would be familiar with from the first time you found a map fragment. So, with that, I'll say Viri is obsessively looking at things that are definitely not what she's looking for. The rest of you, is there something you would like to contribute to this to see if you can kind of jog someone's memory about anything?
Oh, excuse me, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
My friend who's interested in the bag. I have a similar bag. Would you consider a trade? If I give you this bag, then maybe you could give the bag. Mine is like yours, except it has a bit of a tendency of eating items at random sometimes. It might interest some of your customers, so perhaps you'd be interested in a trade. It's really special and unique.
It doesn't
And I
eat
put
at
the bag-
random.
But like she just explains what the bag does, and she puts
like
the bag on the table.
Say there's some letters from a mistress that you wouldn't want read by your wife, and you got to get rid of them. This bag that my good friend has.
I will let Rose make a persuasion check with advantage.
Guidance.
And guidance.
Yeah, baby.
And luck, because why the fuck not? No.
So you said persuasion?
Persuasion with advantage, and then you can add a d4 to it as well.
Oh my god.
What?
So, unsurprisingly to some,
Come on.
you see
What is going on?
the look of this gentleman's face go from horror to insulted at the mere idea of him being unfaithful to his betrothed.
But Cult's like, oh no, I didn't mean you. But it obviously seems like he did.
I appreciate the offer, but I am hard pressed to know how to exactly market an item such as this. And if you have one in your possession, I believe you have no need of my item.
Well, no,
Oh,
because
no, no,
see,
no.
we're looking for an upgrade. So say
And
if-
he's
if-
looking cautiously over to where Viria is like, you seem like you want to spend money. These people are kind of crazy. They're freaking me out.
How about perhaps if how about $3,000, 3,000 gold pieces plus a bag of eating.
I'm sorry. We meant no offense. You carry
No.
many curiosities, and I just thought you'd be interested in this one. That's all.
So, Cult, make a persuasion check. No advantage.
I did not earn it.
Okay.
I did not. That's not.
This might be a little high, so fingers
Yeah.
crossed.
Guidance.
And I'm gonna use a luck because that's a 6.
You know what's funny is that this is playing out exactly how it did for me when I went to Thailand and tried to barter. It was just all fails.
Oh,
I am terrible.
oh fuck nuts in a whore's basket. Pardon me, sex worker.
Guidance.
We say
Try
sex
the
worker.
guidance.
Oh, guidance with on a 9.
Ari, if
That's
ever you thought,
12.
hey, maybe this is an okay place to invite my nephew in to kind of watch the show. What was that phrase again, Cult?
I don't want to repeat it because I said a bad word.
Ladies and gentlemen, please
an
watch the
outdated,
VOD of this
irresponsible
session
word.
afterwards so you can clip that. All right, so
Consarn it. Ugh.
so that's what they call a hard no. But the offer of the original price does still stand.
Never gonna get that fucking
Right,
bag.
I hear all of this going on in the background, and I just go like, I might have something that could interest this good salesperson,
Now,
but I'm trying to find my map.
yeah, exactly. And I will remind the party, while this is cool and I'm totally for this endeavor of getting this bag in your hands, me personally, I would love it. But don't forget, there might be a price tag to this map as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool.
Oh,
A map which you
don't
still
thi- I
haven't
don't-
found. So
I don't think Cult's not gonna push for this bag anymore. It's part of the failure of trying to get a bag of holding.
Okay. This is the third time I've tried to get one in your hands.
And I fuck it up every time.
It's okay. It's okay. You're in a foreign country. You don't know the kind of lay of the land or how
I
to
mean,
barter.
even in
so-
my own country, I wasn't good at trying to get it.
All right. But you still haven't determined the exact item that you are all looking for. So I'll say these two are kind of on the fence. Viri is preoccupied looking at other kind of artifacts. Nagheim, anything you want to contribute?
I guess I can look over Viria's shoulder to see if I notice anything familiar.
Okay. Make a perception check. Or no, investigation, excuse me.
Of course. I'm not as good with investigation. Yeah.
It's going great. There's one last thing I
15.
want to try afterwards.
All right.
Anything.
Well, aside from Viria, who you could tell was kind of like in panic mode, just like looking around, not really focusing too much, just trying to find the thing and just get it out of like her system, so to speak. You look over everything calm, cool. Yeah, there's nothing in here that looks vaguely like the map that you guys found.
Viria,
Yes.
this is a shot in the dark. Can you point just south?
I'll point.
You see Viria pointing north.
And in the shop, what is in that direction? Just want to see something. Just want to see if maybe she's being attracted to the map.
Okay. In that direction is the exit. But while do me a favor, roll a d20 just for a second.
13.
Okay. So you remember, you know why you're doing this. You're trying to see if there's some connection between the shard and her that's worked for you guys last time. It's what directed you to the underground sea, or the underground city, excuse me. And when you see her point north, which is essentially back the way you guys came, you ask Viri to do it one more time, but this time, close her eyes, spin her around a little bit, and point again. And as she does so, now she's pointing west.
Oh god, is it underneath us?
Well, I'll help you out a little bit. Make an intelligence check. I've been warned last stream that I keep forgetting that Nagheim and Xander's intelligence are not one and the same, so I'm going to give you a break.
I am very
Came out
dumb.
very insulting. It wasn't meant to.
But I am very dumb.
Good thing you're pretty, Xander.
We all are. Trust me, we all are. Okay. But we are role playing a very intelligent creature, so I want to make sure this gets through. So, seeing that there's a discrepancy, a very disappointing realization hits you that whatever was linking them before is not linking them now.
That was going to be something I wanted to bring up, but I'm not going to do it in the middle of the store.
No, for sure.
Well, I mean, does that... I'm not quite sure what I'm doing myself, so does that tell you anything, Nagheim?
When was the last time you spoke with your patron?
How long ago was the 1 month break?
I would have to do some math of my own there on that one. I'm
Oh,
sorry to
dear.
say.
A few weeks at least,
Yeah.
let's say.
Easily. Yeah. If not a month or so.
A few weeks, though they did show me some kind of dreams, you could say. But when you speak to Shar, what do you do exactly?
I've been visited mostly. Pulled into her
Same.
realm, her visiting in ours. Though mine, I feel fully there. Brought there. I am a welcomed guest into her presence. But I think maybe the tether that you've been given may have been broken for now.
Well, that doesn't help.
Now, I'll say anyone who wants to can make a perception check.
Why not? The last one went so well.
Not bad.
13, 19,
19.
20,
24.
14. All right. So I'd say anybody over a 12, which I think is everybody. You all are hearing this conversation between Nagheim and Viria. That's when you look around and you notice the shopkeep is also listening to everything that's going on. And they've got kind of like a curious expression on their face. Not in like a, ooh, I gotta tell somebody about this, but just like they're trying to figure out what the actual aim is for you guys here. Because that hasn't been stated yet.
Cult's gonna stroll over and start like looking through the maps, and he goes, do you have anything with like, you know, like, sorry, I can't think of the word, curiosities or like undiscovered locations, mystery spots, that kind of thing. Things were strange things may have happened in the past. You know, we're kind of like
Well,
sorry, I'm having a hard time with words right now.
I'm not familiar with the exact item you are trying to speak of, but my father also works with customers as well. Perhaps he has made mention of any sort of exchange or inventory in our ledger. I can check to make sure.
Please. And through the earring, I go, yeah, a thought just occurred to me. What if someone already left with the map?
I just don't know how much I'm supposed to be telling this person. Can we just say, oh, we're looking
You
for
can say,
shots?
Yes, some kind of crystal shard. We don't need to specify what exactly, but I
And
did
while you're
mention we're
having
treasure hunters.
that conversation, you see just, feel free to look around in my absence, and he goes back behind the curtain
Thank
again.
you.
Yeah, like, are we supposed to be advertising this? Is this something other people are going to be looking for or have been looking for? It's since before.
Wow, words
Sorry.
are hard.
I know. I'm sorry. I just got like really tired.
No worries, no worries.
Well, I know for a fact someone else is looking for these.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, we didn't tell you. We believe your wife is.
Well, I was thinking of someone else, but yeah, sure.
Who are you thinking of?
Well, the one who
Apologies, my
got me into
friends.
this-
There is mention of a few items that were to be removed from display and held for a limited time, but I regret to inform you that I'm unable to find where these items are located. My father tends to run his business in unconventional ways. He will be returning here tomorrow in the afternoon should you wish to come back then.
I believe the item we're looking for might have been among them.
Apologize once again for the inconvenience. So sorry.
Well, we can come back tomorrow.
And it's
No bother. And...
It's me who should be sorry as well, my friend. I'm sorry. I've brought great insult to you, and I absolutely didn't mean it. I'm not too familiar with the customs here. And he just like puts a gold piece in his hand. He goes,
Oh.
for the trouble.
No.
I really appreciate it, or insist you take it. Just if you could get us a little bit more information on those maps, maybe who you sold them to. I understand sometimes people don't want to be, banding names
I
about.
I think you misunderstand. These items are being held.
Correct. I cannot say if they've been sold. We know to hold on to certain items, lay away, as you say. But as to where they are in this shop, I mean...
There's a bot.
yes.
Perhaps you can help us with something else. Since we'll be back tomorrow, where could we stay?
Oh,
Do you have a place to recommend?
yes, I have a niece who runs a very, very lovely place to stay called the Clever Tiger. It is closer to the docks, but you have a lovely view, fantastic food. I may have had some suggestion in the menu. Drink, games. If you mention me, you will have best of care.
And what's your name, friend?
Azir El Hassan.
Azir Hassan.
El Hassan.
Fantastic. Yes, we'll gladly do business with other members of your family.
And
recommend-
should you find the location of said items early afternoon, then you can find us at the Clever Tiger.
I believe if I take some time, I can wipe a spell out of my book and put a new one in. I do have
That's
locate
wonderful
object.
for you. Thank you. I don't know why you were telling me this, but that's great.
Oh.
As I said as you started speaking, it's a locate object.
All right.
So if you can describe it, I can most likely locate it for you.
I do not know the item in question.
No, where it would be kept in. If
You don't
if
know
there's a
that.
box.
It's his father.
Yeah, we'll have to wait for his father tomorrow.
Very well.
I'm sorry if I was unclear.
It's been a long trip.
Yes.
A little jet lagged.
You should take care of the
What's a jet-
weather. The sunstroke. It's. Ugh.
We'll be careful, and we'll be back tomorrow morning.
All right.
Excellent. Be pleased.
And be pleased.
Toodaloo.
Toodaloo indeed.
Oh, toodaloo to my brains. Oh, God. Sorry, you guys.
How dare you? How dare you? So, back out into the market square you go. And where are you heading to now?
Well,
What time of
right
day
now
is-
we know where
Yeah,
to
what time of
stay.
day is it?
It's getting early afternoonish, I'd say. You guys got here fairly early in the morning, so yeah.
Yeah, we could go to the glass or the Clever Tiger and get settled, have a meal, maybe enjoy some of this beautiful city.
Hmm.
Let's go.
There you go.
Hey.
So, as he said to you, it's located back at the docks. Most of you, except for Varia, would know your path back to where that was, so it's easy to find. But once you get to the docks, again, there's a little bit of wheeling and dealing to kind of figure out like where exactly it's located. And again, maybe some silver has to change hands, but you're getting used to the format of bartering and trying to exchange information. So before long, you come to one little alcove. That's just a doorway. Most of the places in here, it's like a speakeasy almost. You gotta kind of know where it is. And as you walk down the winding stairs, eyes half blinded as they adjust to the darkness, you come to the entranceway of a low-lit underground bar. Large wooden tables that sit close to the ground line the perimeter of this circular space. And that is not the right image. Hang on. Oh, I don't have one. Okay, well, you're going back to the market district. There you go. Thank you, Roll20. Seeing the small brazier in the middle of the room is a strange sight in a desert city. But feeling the cooler air this far below ground will eventually make it a welcome addition. Beyond this space at the rear of the room is a long wooden counter for whatever beverage you desire. Kegs are stacked from floor to ceiling, and the bartender greets you with a gracious smile and extends a hand out towards the room, inviting you to sit wherever you please. And on top of each of the tables where you can sit on cushions and everything, there's a list of some special items that are available in this establishment, should you choose to partake in any food or drink.
I will go up to the counter. Gonna get rooms sorted.
Okay.
How many do we want?
We could do 2 and 2. After everything that's happened, I kind of feel better bunking with someone.
Okay.
Okay, so two bedrooms are going to be 5 silver each for
we
each
were
night that you stay.
Sent here by family, I believe.
Mr.
Azir Hassan.
Azir Hassan, yes.
Azir! That was my uncle.
Mm-hmm.
He's great.
Good.
Lovely man.
He just told us to mention his name. I don't know if we'll be happy to pay your standard fare.
Oh, nonsense. So I will say, if you want dessert for your menu, on the house.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And
So
so the 2 rooms were
1 gold total.
1 gold total.
For each night that you guys want to stay here, it'll be 1 gold.
I can cover it this time.
Okay.
I actually have gold. I'll slide it over.
All right, so with rooms settled, what else did you guys want to do? Did everybody want to have a meal or something and drink, or did you want to just hit the sack, or what are we doing?
I'll probably have dinner
drink.
together.
Yeah.
I'm kind of sick of eating fish, so something else might.
Oh, you're in luck.
Yeah,
Because-
some earthy.
Yeah, as you see on the list, there are all the drinks and beverages that you've come to know. There's a wider selection of tea, surprisingly, because tea is one of those commodities in this kind of landscape that does flourish a bit better. But, as Viria may note, there is Sandkeg's hide, sold by the bottle on this menu. Or sorry, not by the bottle, by the glass. But as for meals, there's a dish called fatouche, which this tangy salad is one of Marquette's greatest contributions to world culture. Crispy lettuce, crunchy fried squares of pita, diced tomatoes, cucumbers and onion, garlic, lemon, olive oil, and mint make for a refreshing addiction. After I drink, because I think somebody hydrated, yeah.
Oh,
Another one.
Oh my god, another one.
There is also shish tawuk, served with pure garlic paste This simple skewered chicken dish is hugely popular across the continent. Dishes are served with garlic-infused pita bread. And for dessert, which you all know is on the house, should you want any, is baklava. A
Gross.
buttery pastry with chopped nuts, sweet syrup, and honey dressing. It's no wonder baklava is one of the most enduring and beloved dishes in Marquette. What would everybody like?
I'll have one of each.
Everything. Yeah.
Yes.
Salad,
everything,
skewer, baklava, please. And then I'm gonna
opening
go look.
Uber Eats right now.
Yeah, I'm like, I really feel like I need some lemony and garlic in my life right
I'm
now.
like, this is all food from my dad's side of the family. It's so good.
And Nagheim?
Memories. Yeah.
Salad.
Salad? Fair enough. All right, so let me do this quick math here. So
Give me the
baklava's
total.
off.
I'll get all of it.
Okay. So 4 times 7, or sorry, 3 times 7, 21. Plus, that'll be 28. So 2.8. 5.8. I'll say 5 gold, 8 silver for everybody's dishes.
I will give them 7 gold.
Okay. And drinks.
I'll have some of that wine.
Okay.
The sand keg. I will join Viria with the sand keg.
Okay. Hey, real quick, how many ounces are usually in a bottle of wine? Is it 12?
Depends on the size of the bottle, to be honest.
Well, let's say like the average
it's like
big
7,
one.
It's like 750 milliliters usually, I think. Is that?
Oh, millimeters and milliliters
I don't
and
know.
ounces.
Okay.
Let's say
I know
20
it-
ounces. How about that?
Sure.
Okay. So with that,
There. Okay. So
I'm
it's
good, it's okay.
25 ounces.
well, we're cheaping it. So we'll say for each glass of the sand keg hide that you're purchasing, it's an additional 15 gold.
I can
So-
cover it. It's fine.
No. It's good. It's 15 total or
Each.
15 plus. Oh,
So 15 for each glass. So raise your hand if
Okay.
you're partaking in this sand keg hide.
I want to try
1,
it.
2. Okay.
Why not?
Okay, I got that.
So that's
You
30
got
gold.
Both. I can
got
pay
both.
my glass.
No, I got both.
Okay,
It's too late.
Thank you.
So grand total 37 for the meals and the drinks. But we also have Rose. What are you getting?
Rose is not getting any alcohol. She's still kind of recovering.
Yeah, for sure. So what did you want to drink?
Food.
Food is on the way for sure.
Tea.
Tea? Absolutely. So that'll be 3 copper. And I imagine Nagheim's going for the same.
Yeah.
So 6 copper. So I think with the extra that you threw in there, Cult, that'll take care of everything.
All right, perfect.
Awesome. All right. Now, I will tell
carries
everybody
copper?
as the drinks
Alright.
come around that bottles of sand keg hide are made of dark green glass wrapped in a chitin of sand keg. What? That seems like a weird word. So we're going to
Chitin.
ignore that. Chitin of sand keg
Chitin.
and corked with wax seal. Its smell is similar to vinegar wine with an earthy herbal aroma. It has a pungent, acidic taste that burns the tongue and throat of the imbiber, making their body feel numb and intoxicated. And due to the numbing of the mouth, the imbiber often has difficulty speaking. So, as you take the first sip, from the bottom of your nose down to your chest, you guys kind of talk with chubby tongue.
That kind of sound like Rose did.
Yeah, you're.
And that
Chubby
lasts
tongue?
for the next hour.
Oh, I really hope I can taste my salad.
Yeah.
Your tongue looks like mine a few days ago.
I found oh, funny.
Most of the yoga, you're. I can't do an accent and this at the same time.
You know, you all can just speak in the earring and you won't actually have to.
Rose, you
do
got
that.
your sense of smell back? That's great to hear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Excellent.
All right. Now, with this kind of effect going on, I will get both Cult and Viria to make a wisdom check, please.
Check for saving throw. Check. Okay. That's an 8.
That's
Fantastic.
an 18.
All right. So, Cult, you know you can talk through the earring, but having this weird sensation, kind of like when you get out of the dentist and they've numbed your tongue, you're like, oh, I can bite my tongue. I don't even feel it, without thinking of the repercussions that are going to happen once it goes away again. You are having the time. Hey, don't kink shame me.
Never would.
Now I feel called out. No,
Please
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. So you're having a goofy little fun sensation happening in your mouth region. And Virya, you're kind of looking at this goofball that you've been toting around with, and you're trying it out too, if only to block out like everything that's going on right now with this whole situation. You really haven't had much time because you've been fretting away trying to work on the ship just to block out thoughts. And now you're here in the thick of it and you really haven't had time to decompress from it all. You're trying to stay focused on what your friends are talking about, but your thoughts keep drifting. Maybe this wasn't a good idea to bring them along. You keep putting them in the way of danger. You know, at first it was a city under the ocean with Mr. Grabby Hands where you all barely survived. And now you're in a desert walking into who knows what. And the thought makes the hairs on the back of your arm stand up. And you try and shake it off. You think maybe it's the wine, maybe it's the cooler temperature. But you try and shake it off and refocus on what everyone is discussing. But at that same time, a sensation now crawls up along either side of your cheeks. Instinctively, you rub your shoulders to create some sort of friction and look over to where the brazier is burning. The roar of the crowd within the bar has become somewhat grating and irritating. You close your eyes for a minute and try to focus on your friends' voices, quieting the crowd behind you until a singular voice is left. A familiar voice.
There she was.
One that quickens your pulse
From one side to the other.
and chills you to the bone.
Look at it. It looked like she would have been blown apart with a stiff breeze, but hell, we weren't in the position to bargain or debate. We just ran for it. Everything was smooth sailing until that tribe caught up behind us and started hacking away at the vines that was keeping the world beneath our feet. Just as I could see the other side and salvation before me, gravity came up to remind me who was really boss. And we fell and fell towards certain death. Now, for exactly how we survived, I believe you may have to buy me another round.
And that's where we're going to end it for tonight.
Wait, what?
Oh shit! All the hair on the back of my neck just went bling.
I don't think you're the only one.
What?
Well, thank you everybody for hanging out, for rating, for the follows, for the subscriptions, everything. Thank you so much for our first stream of 2023, our 50th stream.
Pew, 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 pew.
And we're gonna be back on Sundays.
Yes.
After
Yes.
today.
Now that all the
So,
holiday
next week-
shenanigans are out of the way, we can go back to our regular scheduled time and date. So please, yes, on January 8th, Sunday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. if you're nasty, in the Eastern Standard Time.
We are.
And we will see you then. But don't forget, as we always like to say at the end of our streams, yes, that is acceptable.
That's it.
Good night, everyone.